Love reading to see what's going on for October 2025. Make sure y'all give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if y'all enjoy the content. I will have a donations link in the description box below. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for love messages. Love messages for October of 2025. Love messages. Love messages for October of 2025. One more shuffle. Somebody may be trying to pull on your energy in a negative type of way, and you could be aware of that. Pisces energy, patient man reverse at the bottom. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so this is someone that's refusing to invest in any type of time on showing you any type of affection. So someone's refusing to invest any of their time with showing you some type of affection. And they're trying to play like they're confused or whatever, but they're really not. Sound like to me, this individual is energetically trying to confuse something here. So yeah, just like I said, somebody may be trying to confuse the energy. But this is their projections of who they are. Okay, Sagittarius, Scorpio energy. You could be one of these signs, or this could be one of these signs. Ten of Cups reverse. We have Queen of Pentacles reverse. Sound like to me, somebody is trying to confuse the energy here. Like somebody wants to relentlessly create some type of imbalances. Now, y'all got to keep in mind, this is a love message, okay? This is not a really like a general collective reading like I normally would do. So this is a love reading. So this is going to be pertaining to someone's love life. So what's going on with this energy right here is, hold on, let me keep pulling cards. Leo, Capricorn, Page of Pentacles reverse, King of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so for some of you out there, when it pertains to a lover's connection, there's individuals relentlessly trying to interfere and trying to project themselves in this individual's head in order for them to avoid you or to give you mixed signals, etc., to run this individual away from you. Damn. Someone may be trying to do this to Sagittarius, a Scorpio, a Capricorn, a Leo, or a Pisces. This could be being done to. Believe it or not, some of these individuals that may be toxic also have other toxic people doing this to them. It's like individuals are going against each other, but yet at the same time, it's like there's a lot of stirred up energy here. There's definitely scattered energy. So someone's trying to scatter this individual's energy and their thoughts to try to misguide them and to try to have them manipulated away from you. By them projecting themselves in this individual's energy in order for that to happen, to control them. Because they know that this individual may not be happy in their connection, but yet they're using this connection to their advantage that they may be in a connection with. So for some of you out there, this may be somebody that may be interested in you, but you may not know about it. With the Two of Swords, this could be somebody that may be going through a lot of problems in a connection, but yet you're not involved with that. You're not talking to the individual. You're not trying to persuade them out of this connection. But what they're doing is they're using this connection. These toxic individuals that are nosy are using this connection to their advantage to manipulate something to keep this individual there while projecting something onto you at the same time, and also projecting their energy to try to keep them stationed here to where it's keeping them in one spot, but yet trying to give off this illusion as if this individual is trying to tour around with your mind. So this give me the vibes of somebody trying to play mind games. But the mind games are not getting through with the King of Swords energy. You have to understand that this is somebody else that is projecting that maybe an ex of yours. Three of Swords don't have to be. This is someone who is bitter, that cannot get over you, that is relentlessly trying to cause an interference spiritually and energetically to your love life by trying to control other people's energy. If they can't control your mind or your energy, they're going to sit there and lurk on a spiritual level or energetic level. They're trying to control somebody else that may be interested in you to try to scare them away from you. But it's not fully working. All this is going to do is bring changes to where somebody that is strong enough spiritually can enter your life and could be with you. That's going to actually be stable with the Ace of Pentacles. So this is creating this illusion as if this individual is not, which they're really not investing any time though. Like, that's the thing. But there's an illusion that's connected to this with the Seven of Pentacles reverse. It's like they're not, hold on. They're not investing any time into expressing how they feel about you because somebody's trying to control this individual to keep them in an unhappy, toxic situation. Now you have to keep in mind this is not an ex that is in this connection. This is an ex to yours that's trying to keep somebody else in a toxic connection because you could have caught this individual's attention unexpectedly. That's in an unhappy connection. They was already in an unhappy connection before this individual even met you. But yet they're trying to project themselves in this individual's mind to deter them from your energy, to deter them from having some type of liking toward you. Just so you can remain in this illusional rejected energy. But yet this is this individual's projections of the rejection that they feel from you. But yet trying to project that on somebody else. That's the vibes I'm getting. Y'all, I'm not really all that experienced when it comes to reading energy, no. I mean, I do have some experience, but this is not a walk on the beach at all. I know it may sound like, damn, this guy, how the hell can he read that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, this individual definitely does have a problem with being bitter. Not this individual be they're already bitter as it is. If this person is bitter, they're bitter towards someone that they're with. But it's like they're trying to project some type of not bitterness onto you, but they're trying to project something to where your energy deters them away from this individual in order for them to go and to talk to this person right here to remain in a connection with them when they're not really happy. This individual could be getting bullied by this individual that they're with. So that's another reason why they feel oppressed, like they may not want to talk to you or show any signs of affection because they're going to be subjected to be a bullied while they go back home or whatever. Some of you, if you're intuitive, you could pick up on this. This person's being abused. This person puts their fucking hands on this individual in this connection. Some of you out there, look, there's a hand right there. Somebody puts their hands on a female in a connection. Don't get involved with that because this individual wants to stay. There may be some spiritual thing. Look, this is not your problem. This is not your old lady. I would not. A lot of people think that they want to be superhero to save somebody. Ain't no fucking saving nobody. I would stay the hell out of that, bro. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, the majority of the time they go right back and right back and right back. This is not your problem. You stay focused on yourself. Let people sit there and be like, "Oh, well, you're not really gonna protect them. Protect them from what? From them running right back to them? Leave that shit alone, bro. That ain't even worth your time." Now, when it comes to your mama, your mother, or a sister or a cousin of yours, and somebody fucking with them, then yes, stand your ground. Especially when it comes to your mom. Oh yeah. You defend them, bro. You be the first to defend them. Now, as far as this, I mean, I can't tell anybody what to do, but most people see this as, well, that's disrespectful. Okay, well, that's their issues, bro. That's their issues. Yeah, that's all their issues or whatever. I mean, this could also be regards to a female that may be knowing about a masculine that may be in a committed connection, and this female may so-called be hitting on him. Why he ain't standing up and defending himself? Or they could be going back and forth. Bro, I would leave this shit alone. I would leave that alone. I would leave that alone and ignore it. That ain't your problem. That ain't your problem. But someone's using this to their advantage to keep this individual in this connection. But this is double the energy here with the Two of Swords. Once they know that this is being done, someone has to be spiritually intruding. This could be some type of dark divination practice. Someone could be scrying into a crystal ball to figure out what's going on in someone's connection because they have access to them, because they're not spiritually protected. That's why. This individual's not awakened. They're not awakened. And them staying in this connection is going to keep them unawakened. It's like they're asleep. I'm not saying that in a negative way, y'all. It's just what it is. You know, like they're asleep. Like they don't know how to listen to their intuition to get the hell out of something that's not healthy for them. And there is a lot of codependency there too. Like this is something that they're used to. This is their comfort zone. But how in the hell is this comfortable? Bro, someone that is not healed all the way, this right here, like I don't know how this is comfortable because I'm gonna tell you right now, to someone that is healed, you're not gonna want to be around any of this bullshit. Any of it. You don't let nobody put their hands on you. You don't let nobody sit there and disrespect you. Now, people may say, oh, well, connections are not going to be perfect. That's understandable. Connections are not going to be perfect. But when it comes to somebody blatantly disrespecting you, calling you out your name, raising their voice at you and doing certain things to you, no, you need to draw boundaries and to say, nah, you're not going to be doing that stupid shit. And you walk away. You're not going to put up with it. That right there is going to that right there is going to teach other people that this is not tolerated. That's the only way that things will change when it comes to connections. Codependency is not going to change that. It's only going to further breed this type of codependency, weak energy to present itself to remain in a disrespectful connection because they're disrespecting themselves. So the disrespect that they're tolerating when they don't have to tolerate it is attracting the same type of disrespect that they're allowing themselves to go through. So that right there is a mirror of the universe energetically mirroring each other. Y'all get what I'm saying? Bro, there has to be one of my ancestors, one of my angels from the heavenly realm, y'all, coming through me to give me this guidance or whatever. Cause it's like that I can swear, but like there's a grandfather, one of my great grandpas, that's coming through. And it's like that, like there's this elderly energy that is I don't know what it is, y'all. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and keep channeling the message. But when it comes to a situation like this, what I got through explaining when it comes to the energetic disrespect, but it's the physical disrespect. If someone is gonna sit there and allow themselves to be hit on or talk to, more so talk to any kind of way, they don't respect themselves. I don't care what they share on the social media or they don't tolerate that. Okay, well, why are they in the type of connection to start with? This really ain't got nothing to do with social media. This is all in regards to somebody that don't have the healing because they're not healed. Therefore, they're going to be in their comfort zone and thinking that this is what they're deserving of. But yet somebody else, an outsider that may not know much about energy or may not know much about self-respect, is going to look at that as a huge sign of disrespect at this person being hit on. Like somebody putting their hands on them, but they got to keep in mind though, why are they staying in this connection? Because the minute you go over there and fight the individual or to stand up for them, they're going to go right back to them and you're going to be in jail for nothing. So what's the point of sitting there defending somebody when they're going to run right back to them? But most people, it's like they just have it in their mind that this is going to change things. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm going to tell you what's going to change the situation. When this individual heals, when they heal and start separating themselves from these type of people. Somebody defending this individual is not, bro, that's not going to do anything, because the problem is still within. It's codependency. That's why they go right back. Somebody physically protecting them from somebody like this, they're not able to emotionally protect or defend themselves. So what you think is going to provide them with a physical level of protection? Because it's a waste of time. It's an illusion. Because why you think they go right back if they were so-called protected? Because they're really not. It was a waste of time, and then you end up in jail over what? Somebody's just gonna run right back to the same person that was putting their hands on them. Exactly my point, bro. Have some common sense about that. Somebody needs to hear this message, etc. There could be somebody out there that may be a protector. Hey, mad respect to you, bro. Whoever you are, I respect that. But at the same time, when it comes to these situations, I leave that shit alone, bro. I leave that shit alone. Even if there's a female out there that may be protective of a masculine, you could be a feminine female, but you don't like another woman putting their hands on a guy because he don't know how to defend himself. There could be a woman out there that may be in the same energy, a feminine that may be in the same energy. Or there could be a masculine that may be in that energy that don't like a guy putting his hands on a female. It could go both ways, but let me go ahead and give you some words of wisdom. Don't entertain that stupid shit. Don't do that. Trust me. I've did this in my past. Several times, didn't get anywheres with it. It's not going to go anywheres. Chances are, 100% of the time, they're going to run back to that individual. It's all an ego thing, really. Like, as I say, oh, well, you're a protector. Man, you don't have to prove anything by that. But I understand it is a natural protective nature to who you are on the inside, like from your core. That's a natural protective defensive mechanism that comes through. I can understand that. But when it comes to the law showing up and you got some type of assault charge on you, disturbing the peace by fighting or whatever it is that they decide to put a charge on you with, it's really not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. I'm not saying that will happen. I mean, you may be able to get away with it, depending on who calls law, who don't call law. But I mean, it's really not worth the risk, bro, to be honest with you. Because you got to think about it. You're going to be sitting, they're going to come over there, they're going to arrest you. Then they're going to bring you to jail. Then you're going to be sitting in there, and then guess what happens when you're in there? The individual goes right back to the other person that did this stupid shit to start with. They go right back and they do the same thing all over again. They go over and over and over and over and over, and they sit there and they argue with each other back and forth. So how is that actually going to remove the individual or to solve a situation or to solve a problem when the problem is still going to be there? And like I said, more than likely when you get out of jail, if you was to defend this person, if they catch you or whatever, like there may not be nobody around or whatever, depends on what type of environment it's in, you know? But more than likely, people going to try to call the law. So there's going to be a report. But anyways, whenever that happens and you get out of jail, this is what I'm being guided to tell somebody before it escalates to that point, because I don't really want to see this individual in trouble, whoever this is. I don't know this individual, but there's an energy coming through to where they feel the need to protect somebody. But I'm being guided to share my level of wisdom to have them in this state of mind to where, hey, man, it ain't worth it. You know? I can understand that protective nature to them, which that's awesome. That's respectable. That is. Okay, that's something to respect a lot. But when it comes to this, it's not worth losing your freedom, not your respect, because you always gonna have that with you. It's not worth losing your freedom due to someone else's codependency problem of an attachment that they have to this toxic, disrespectful connection. That's what's not worth losing your time over, because you can't get that time back. Depending on what the judge wants to sentence, if somebody does get in trouble, that's the time that you really don't have to serve when it comes to this situation, bro. See, a lot of people don't think about that. Like they want to let their natural impulsive response charge through unexpectedly, and yet they go and they protect the individual, which I can understand that. Trust me. I'm also getting the officers may understand that too, but they're there to do their job. Someone got assaulted because of someone else defending someone. They're not going to look at like they're not going to look at it that way. Which there is a side of them that may understand that though, but at the same time, now when it comes to self-defense, that's another story. If you're defending yourself, then more likely you're not going to get in trouble. You know, but interfering in somebody else's drama and asserting yourself in that, the law is gonna look at it as, well, why don't you just why you just didn't stay out of it? Is that really your problem? And then that's what's gonna happen. I'm being guided to tell somebody that because they could be on the verge of losing their cool or whatever. But this is not worth it, y'all. This is not worth it. This is not worth wasting that time because this is going to better to avoid the law even showing up and doing anything because you simply removed yourself from the situation because of seeing it for what it is. But at the same time, I do understand that protective nature. I greatly understand that. That is something to respect. But at the same time, when it comes to the time that you have out there to do other things, you could spend that quality time doing other things rather than wasting this time for this type of situation when it shouldn't be wasted in the first place. That would just be a waste of time because it really ain't gonna prove anything. You stepping in and defend this individual, but yet that's only defending the ego. That is enabling this individual to think that this is okay in a way. I know that may sound contradictional, but y'all, I'm a philosophical type of person, y'all. It could be because of the Sagittarius that's in my natal chart, but I'm mainly a philosophical type of person. When it comes to the information here, once the individual feels like the ego is going to perceive it as protection, but the insecurities, the codependency is not going to see that as protection. Because if it did see it as protection, why are they continuously going back to something that is toxic for them, that is not really protecting them? Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to break it down to details as much as possible to have someone to see it for what it is, instead of waste all that time. Because that's what it's going to be with the Seven of Pentacles. The verse is going to be a waste of time. But I'm also getting, you don't have the time or energy or day to be focused on something that's really not your problem. Some of you out there, I'm not saying you are focused on it, but it's like if someone is going through these type of issues behind closed doors that you don't know about, it's best that you don't know about it because it's not really nobody else's business. Unless this individual wants to tell people about it. But I wouldn't even agree to listen to that. I would not allow yourself to hear any of these fucking problems because you're not a counselor, you're not a psychiatrist, you're none of that to this individual. If this is what they want to go through, if they want to call you, oh, well, why you got to be an ass about it? It's not about being an ass, it's about being straightforward. They got other people they could talk to about it. They got their friends, they got other people they could talk to about that. I'm going to tell you what this is going to make you look like, which is not really about the image, but this is what's going to have you respected even more to where this individual could look at it as, well, damn. They're going to be more drawn to you possibly if they do happen to get out of a connection like that. But you're not going to be available. You don't ever allow yourself to be available when it comes to situations like this or whatever. I can't tell y'all what to do, but this is going to better to develop a lot of self-respect when it comes to your character. Because some of you out there, you're not codependent, you're detached. King of Swords, some of you could be a Libra, you're detached. But you're not detached in a cold-hearted type of way. It's just you don't have the time to be involved with all these problems. It's really not your problem. And that detachment helped you. You have clear judgment when it comes to that. With the King of Swords or Queen of Swords energy. Some of you could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Some of you could be either a Libra or an Aquarius. Don't have to be. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces. What I would do with this situation is I wouldn't give any advice. I would not communicate with this individual. Page of Pentacles in reverse. I would not communicate with this individual. I will not provide any type of emotional support towards this individual or none of that, because that's not your place. That's not your place. I'm just saying this to have this individual to see how much respect they have for themselves. This is your self-respect that's coming through. Even though that my message may sound very intense right now, this is your self-respect. By you not engaging or providing any type of support or any type of advice or being around this individual, communicating with them, that's actually the best thing for you. Because this prevents you from being seen in a way to where you really don't deserve to be seen. Somebody that they could just consult to, or to think they could use whenever they feel. You're not one of these people. So in reality, if somebody is trying to deter this individual from you, and they may feel some kind of way toward you, this is actually working out for this individual's best. It's working out for the best for them. Because this right here, if they're really tired of putting up with all of this, then they're going to find a way out of it. They're not going to be using you as an outlet to get out of this connection, because that's not your problem. That's not your problem. I wouldn't associate with this individual. I wouldn't show this individual any type of, I wouldn't give this individual any type of attention. I wouldn't give nothing to this situation, but keep pouring into yourself, etc. I would not entertain this situation at all, y'all. I wouldn't. If this person is so-called ready to get out of an abusive connection, then that's going to have to be on their behalf. You're not going to be a third party. Someone's trying to manipulate something to try to get you involved in something right here, energetically involved, but also physically involved, for you to come across as like some third party situation. No. This is possibly one of your exes that may be doing this to somebody else that may be going through these problems. It's like they're trying to project this onto you. It's time for you to stand up and to have boundaries. Some of you may already have boundaries, etc. Sound like to me that this is a karmic lesson that you learn. You learn from somebody else. If somebody's so-called being abused, then why are they staying in a connection like this, and yet they feel like they're presenting themselves as if they don't have a problem with it? Is it really worth being connected to that? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. This individual could be subjected to being abused in a connection. But that's their codependency that is keeping them there. Like, I'm not really getting that this individual is asking for help or none of that. Like, they don't really want help out of the situation. Now, they do have people that ask for help or whatever, genuinely ask for help. But this individual is not asking for help. They're not. They're not scared to ask for help either, because they could defend themselves. This individual goes right back and puts their hands right back on this individual for no reason. It's like they go back and forth and hit each other. They fight with each other. It's like they're trying to Damn, bro. They trying to manifest you in some type of like they trying to manifest you in some type of psychiatrist or something. How to try to come in there? Nah, you ain't stopping that shit. I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna end by you not entertaining it. That's exactly how it's gonna end because you ain't these individuals ain't about to manifest you in some type of you know what I'm saying? They trying to manifest you to sit there and be some type of shrink or whatever. To sit there and to give a talk to them or whatever. Man, you ain't one of these individuals. That's not something you say. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you are that's in this energy with the King of Swords energy, you're doing the right thing by ignoring and avoiding this situation at all costs. And whoever this is that is in this King of Swords energy, mad respect, bro. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. I'm proud of this individual. Whoever this is that may be in this energy, they may already know what's going on. Like they're intelligent enough to catch on to that. I'm proud of this individual for that. Whoever this is, good job. That's awesome. This gonna better keep this individual out of jail. This gonna better keep this individual out of trouble. But at the same time, I understand somebody's protective side of them. I do understand that, etc. But it's like when it comes to that side, when it comes to your mama or whatever, or your sister, then yeah, that's a whole different thing right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's more understandable. That would actually be worth getting in trouble over if you want my honesty. But when it comes to somebody else's connection or whatever, that's not really your problem. I mean, that really ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? That really don't have nothing to do with anybody else. Or with this situation over here. It's like somebody's trying to get you involved to where you can stand up and protect somebody that really don't. It's like they don't want the protection. They don't want none of that. They want to continuously sit in here with the Ten of Cups reversed and to sit there and be subjected to some type of verbal altercation. They could be getting cussed at. I mean, that's already bad as it is. When it escalates from cuss words going back and forth, that's when you know it's toxic. This is happening every other day, possibly. But this is something that you're not going to see on the media. All you're going to see on the media is a bunch of smiling faces. They're going to be smiling on the media. They're not, bro. You, you think they're going to put on the media them going back and forth and cussing each other out? You honestly think they're going to sit there and be on the media and be cussing each other out? And making videos every time they get in an argument with each other? And put their hands on each other? That's just evidence, more evidence right there for the law to arrest both of their hands. I mean, to be honest with you, some of these individuals could be doing that because they done lost their mind. And somebody could have reported that and they could have showed the authorities that. And these, something about, there's authority figures that can end up showing up to these individuals' residents unexpectedly because of some videos. They uploaded videos of them fighting with each other on some social media or whatever. And they could be getting in trouble. So that's why I'm channeling that. Yeah, I would stay out of this situation. Oh no, I would not go anywhere as near that. I would stay just where you are, or whatever. I would not eat. You know what I'm saying? Look, I wouldn't even entertain that. I wouldn't even entertain it. I would stay far away from that bullshit. I'm telling you, I would stay far away from that because I'm getting right here that these individuals could have been stupid enough to upload some type of videos of them fighting with each other all for likes or whatever, like just to show the abuse that's going on, that's taking place in a connection. But that right there could be used as heavy, hardcore evidence against both of them and actually be charged with domestic violence. That's a domestic violence charge that could be put on them for that because they're doing that around their family members. This is not a safe environment for the. Yeah, I wouldn't entertain that, bro. I would say to end with that. The hell with that. Let things change. Let things end how it's supposed to end. I would not entertain that at all. I would not entertain that at all. I'm going to say it again. I would not entertain that at all. Objection. This is a serious objection here. Before, before the situation even enters the courthouse, it's an objection. Objecting someone's presence out of the situation and not even being anywhere is the hell around for the damn thing to escalate even further. There's an objection to someone's presence here. I wouldn't be present to this situation. I can't tell y'all what to do or whatever, but I can give y'all my sound advice. But what I will say is somebody already knows what to do. Whoever's in this King of Swords energy, they already know what to do. They're intelligent enough to catch on to what's going on. That these individuals up here just want to keep on going back and forth and going back and forth and going back and forth. All it's going to do is end in heartbreak and possibly a separation between these two, but you don't really want to be seen to be around when that happens. It's like you're just out there doing your own thing. And if this individual happens to talk to you, whenever the separation happens or whatever it is, then I would say it may be safe to talk to them. But at the same time, it's like this is going to linger for a while. This is going to linger with these individuals for a while. Like this heartbreak or this type of pain and betrayal could linger 3 weeks after these individuals separate. So that right there would make it almost a month. So they're still going to be fresh out of a connection if it does lead to a separation. But like I said, are they going to go back to them? The kind of energy that I'm getting here now, they may not go back to them. With Three of Swords, like they may not go back. But it's just, I would avoid this situation at all costs, y'all. Why am I getting that energy? I would not entertain someone that is in a connection with somebody else. I would not do that. I would not do that at all. Yeah, Nine of Swords, a lot of negativity. A lot of negativity is surrounding this connection. But this is not your problem, no. Yes, so somebody's definitely going through a situation where someone could be putting their hands on them. Look at the fighting right there. See that? They're fighting with each other. Yep. Yeah. Three of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, this ain't a good situation here. This is not a good, the energy don't even feel good either. Like this is a negative environment for these individuals, etc. But what I'm getting is this individual does have feelings for you, but still though, you do not want to, bro, I would not entertain that. With the Three of Pentacles reverse, I would not entertain that. I would not entertain that. The individual may have genuine feelings toward you, but at the same time, this is all in their energy. So if you was to reciprocate this individual's feelings while they're going through all this, that's going to be a third part. I would not reciprocate that. They do have genuine feelings, though. That's the thing. They do have genuine feelings toward you. I would reject that. I'll reject that. King of Swords, no. That's not welcome to come to you. This situation is going to have to end. This is all on them. This is not you to save this individual, etc. I'm also getting these individuals trying to make it appear as if you're a knight in shining armor, but yet this is not your place. But I'm getting that this individual wants to, like, they do have genuine feelings for you, but yet this is not okay. The situation that they're in is not okay. Now their feelings for you, that's perfectly fine. But the situation that they're in while having these feelings, this right here, if you was to entertain that, this right here is going to come across as a third-party situation. I would not put up with that. I would decline that. Start remaining extremely detached. I would not associate with this individual. I would not say anything. I mean, if you want to say hello or whatever, just keep it short and simple. I would not even associate with them if you want my honesty. I just go about your life out there. Go about your business and keep living your life If this individual happens to split up with this individual and they decide to end things all the way to where the connection is no longer there, then that's fine then. But still, though, you got to keep in mind that this pain and heartbreak is going to linger for a good 3 weeks, or could be a 1 to 2 to 3 months after they break up. But there's a time frame in that, though. Are they going to go back to the situation? See, that's the thing. If anything, I would let this individual prove themselves to you. If they really like you or whatever, like if they really want something with you or whatever, I would let this individual come to you. If they don't come to you, that means they ain't worth nothing. Like, this ain't worth your time. This ain't somebody that's really meant to be with you. But I'm getting at, if something fully does end out the way it's supposed to end out, if things go the right way or whatever, because things can change and shift, this could actually be a legitimate connection between you and somebody else. But they're going to first have to be single. But I would not entertain this individual. I would not talk to them. I would not flirt with them. I don't care if they're giving off signs of flirtatious energy, or they may be trying to give off signs of flirting a little bit here and there. But yet it's like something pulls away. They pull away. This is the energy that they may have within them. They may have not have been doing that recently. I would not allow that. I would not allow that. I will remain detached. I would not communicate with this person. I would not sit there and provide them any type of emotional support. Nothing, really. I wouldn't invest your time into nothing when it comes to this person. Nothing. That's not your problem. Who cares if they look at it as, well, you're really not going to be there? No, you're not seen as these other people. You're not going to be seen as that person. That's disrespectful to who you are, to the core of who you really are as a person. I guess some of you are not this person at all. Like, you're not somebody that's going to sit there and to try to fix a situation. But there may be a side to where you want to protect someone, but yet at the same time, it's like, there's a lot of mixed energies here, y'all. Scattered energy. But to be honest with you, all in all, I would not allow this individual to genuinely express themselves to you, or to give off any type of flirtatious energy towards you while they're in another connection with all this going on. Because that right there is the Three of Swords energy. It much rather you be in a connection with this individual while they have to sit there and somebody else is a sideline, etc. That's the way it should be. Not you sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Put your guard up, bro. Put your guard up. I would not allow that. If it's going to be anyway or whatever, see, a confident person ain't going to have a problem with that. So let's say if you get with somebody or whatever, and they happen to, you find out about somebody else giving them some type of validation or wanting to flirt or whatever, but yet they still come home to you. That right there is going to be a sign in itself that the individual still goes back home to you at the end of the day. But yet they're in the same room with you. You're with this individual. You actually with them. And you got somebody else on the sideline trying to do certain things or whatever. It would much rather be seen that way than the opposite way around. See, somebody's trying to manipulate something to get you to be in that energy, but you're not. You're not. I'm also getting this individual is trying to do certain things that may be in this connection, that may be being abused, that's trying to show certain gestures and signs towards you as they like you. I would not entertain that. I would not entertain it. I don't give a damn if it's genuine or not. If it's fully genuine, they could get out of this connection and heal themselves and be done with this shit. Then they could come talk to you. It's all about putting them more in a genuine energy to have them feel more genuine about you if they really do care about you. If they do have genuine emotions towards you. But it's not your place to save anybody. It's not your place to save anybody. If this is what they want, let them have it then. If this is the environment they want us to, they want to continuously be connected to, then let them have it. This is not your connection. This is not your person. This is not your reality. If they really like you, they really love you, they want something to do with you, they can put an end to this shit and come to you. Because you ain't gonna be no fucking sideline. I don't know who somebody has it in their mind that this is what they trying to project or trying to get you to be involved in. Somebody ain't with that. They don't tolerate that. If anybody's going to be sitting there heartbroken, it's going to be the individual that thinks that they got a chance with this individual that wants to be with you. They going to be the ones that's going to be sitting in this energy all heartbroken. Because that's where the real level of respect is, bro. I'm telling you. It may not sound like it's respectful, but it's about being seen in that way, y'all. I'm going to break it down to details, what I'm trying to tell y'all. This does sound third dimensional, but it can escalate to a spiritual awakening if this person decides to heal themselves and to end this connection out all the way to where they can move on. Even though it may take some time or whatever. Anyways, what I mean by respect is you don't want to ever be seen as somebody entertaining somebody in another connection and sitting there while they're with somebody else behind in their bedroom. They're in their bedroom with somebody else. And it's not you. How does that make you look? That person is not in your bedroom with you. That's with somebody else. How does that make you look? I'm going to tell you, I consider that as a huge sign of disrespect. It lowers the attraction, but that right there makes you seem desperate and needy. It's got like this, I don't really know how to identify the energy, but it has like this beta-like energy to it. It's not a dominant energy. I'm going to tell you what's going to create this. What you are this person or you're not. It's either you are this person or you're not. But some people go through transformations and they heal codependency when it comes to situations like this in order for them to develop that dominant lifestyle. I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to this individual being in the same bedroom with you and somebody else, sitting there thinking about them, you're going to be the one that's going to be considered the dominant one. More than likely, this is something that this individual wants. They want that out of you because doing all of this is not really the dominance that they're craving or they thought that they wanted, because this is not, control is not dominance, bro. Detachment, not giving a fuck about things that really don't matter, and not caring about things that really don't matter, that's dominance. Therefore, you being in this energy right here, you're showing dominance and authority. You're showing structure. You're showing self-respect to yourself that, hey, this is going to have to end firsthand. You're not there. You're not waiting. You're not going to be associated with this individual or taking any type of love offer or genuine gesture from them, etc. They come to you whenever this connection fully ends. Because this individual won't be there anymore. They won't be in a connection together. But you have to keep in mind that this pain may linger within this individual. But still, though, it's better than this person being together with this other person, right? Exactly. At least they'll be single. Even though the breakup is fresh, they'll still be single. I'm also getting the vibes. Let this individual run you down. They really want something to do with you. You let this individual run you down. Let them run you down if they really want something to do with you. If they don't, fuck them. They got other individuals out there, but they got plenty of individuals out there. They ain't the only ones in this world. Look at that. Six of Swords reverse. Let them run you down. They really want to be with you. We don't play that shit up over here. I don't know what anybody else gonna say. People want to tell people what they want to hear. But I'm gonna give you my sound, solid advice to keep your respect. Especially if you're a masculine. Don't ever entertain shit like this. Ever. Ever. Trust me, some of us had experience with that a long time ago. This is not going to get anywhere. But you have to heal those codependency and separation anxiety issues. Therefore, you're going to get the energy to where you just don't care anymore. You don't care who talks to you. You don't care who don't talk to you. You don't care who loves you. You don't care who don't love you. It's a neutral type of energy. It's not meaning that you're heartless, but you just have this understanding of how things can switch in a split second because energies can change. Not meaning that you're a cold-hearted person, that you're in the ego. It means that you have already been through the experiences of learning how energies and situations, emotions, people's emotions can change in a split second. They may be showing interest maybe about a week or so. They could be showing interest for that whole week, but yet the next couple of weeks, their interest dips. That's how emotions change. That right there is going to cause most people don't know how to handle that because they're emotionally imbalanced with codependency issues. It's that codependency that causes them to think that they could try to fix shit. But that neediness and over codependency is going to make things a lot worse. Therefore, it turns the other party off. It turns them off because it gives this vibration of desperation to a connection. And therefore, when the individual's already in the imbalanced energy, they're not happy. What you think that's going to do to them, especially if it's a female? That's going to piss her off. That's going to run her off even more. Trying to sit there, trying to beg and plead and sit there and to try to talk her into being with you. Bro, you don't talk nobody into being with nobody. If somebody's showing signs of emotional instability or whatever, that means that something is off within their energy. That has nothing to do with you. Especially if you know that you are doing everything you're supposed to be doing. That has nothing to do with you. But many people fall into that trap and they engage what the individual's energy is in, therefore creates the imbalances on both ends. Therefore, gets the individuals in an imbalanced energy, and therefore, the connection goes downhill. There's no spark of mystery. There's no spark of passion. There's no spark of intriguing that's there. Therefore, it lowers the passion. It lowers the attraction. It lowers the emotional compatibility and attraction on a physical level. That's what's going to happen. And when somebody leaves you mentally, they're already cheating. They're already cheating. When someone leaves you mentally, when they no longer are thinking about that individual mentally, they're already cheating, bro. They don't have to be physically present in a bed with somebody else. When someone stops thinking of you physically, you no longer physically or emotional or attractive to this individual within the mind, the psychological. Once that leaves, the rest of the attraction will follow behind with the physical presence, therefore leaving. When it comes to the physical cheating. That's what's going to happen with that. And then before long, you're going to find out that this individual is seeing somebody else. Because they already was thinking about it long before they left that bed or left your residence that they were staying with you to leave and go off and do that. That's how cheating first happens. It happens within the brain, psychologically. Because the individual not being emotionally stimulated enough, their emotions are not being stimulated, that's satisfying their emotional needs. So therefore, once that attraction is lost, I don't know much about the masculine's level, y'all. This is just more so on a female-based level when it comes to the way that they operate emotionally. Once that emotional stimulation, interest is lost and dropped, and they lose that emotional attraction, they're gone. That shit's out the door. There's nothing you can do to fix that. Nothing. Because what's going to happen is they don't have this rush of excitement. Like, it's not really an adrenaline, but there's no longer a rush of excitement. It's no longer a rush of an emotional, what they call it, emotional it's like a, what is that? There's a certain word I'm looking for. Content. They're no longer content, emotionally content. They're not satisfied. And the more somebody does to try to bring their emotions back up to the surface with doing things that really shouldn't be done, to overly try to show this individual, this and that, all it's gonna do is run them off even more. It's gonna run them off even more. But just like I said, I don't know much about the masculines when it comes to that. But as far as the female's emotional side, when it comes to that, when their emotions are no longer in that interest level of that emotional mental stimulation type of level, they're going to get agitated to the point to where there's nothing there anymore. They're going to leave. They're going to start cheating mentally. Therefore, the physical will leave behind. It ain't not a damn thing you could do about it. It is what it is. But you have to keep in your mind that they're fucking themselves over, not you. You shouldn't have to sit there and to please them. You shouldn't have to sit there to feel like you have to fix something when it's not your place to fix it. Especially when you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing on your behalf. But things like that happen. That's the reality side of it. See, this ain't based off of fairy tale land information. This is based off the accuracy of what happens in reality. Why people getting that energy, why things happen the way it happens. It's because emotions change instantly. Energies change. Feelings change. But that's not up for you to chase after behind something that was meant to happen exactly like that. Stay being yourself. Stay being yourself. Eventually, someone is going to enter your life to where they're going to be able to match that energy. And it's going to be like that the majority of the time, even though you may have some downs, some lows, some ups and lows, right? That individual is not going to want to leave. Not due to codependency, but they're not going to want to leave because they know that they have a good connection with you. That is rare to find. And they're going to cherish that connection. You won't have to worry. Like, bro, people that are insecure are going to worry way too much. They're going to be scared that if they don't say anything or if they don't do anything to try to fix something that is on the verge of being broken, then things are going to break all the way loose. Let it happen. Fuck it. Let it happen. That's the way it's supposed to happen. That's not your place to fix something that is meant to not even last. That right there is what get people left even faster. That's what gets people in the energy of being left even quicker is what I mean. But just like I said, I don't really know much about how the masculines are when it comes to the females, whatever, how they know about the masculine's emotional side. But as far as the feminines, this is what's going to drive them to the point of leaving. When they're no longer emotionally fulfilled or stimulated on that level, because 100% of the time they go based off emotional responses. They're meant to be emotional. Even some of the most dominant ones out there, but I'm telling you right now, the ones out there that may seem as if they're not feminine, yes, they are. Yes, they are. As a masculine, you got to know how to operate to put that individual in that energy to where they're stimulated emotionally, to where they feel their energy is going to feel feminine to you. Even to the ones out there that may think that they're overly controlling or whatever, like they just got this control, I guarantee you, the most stubborn ones out there can still be feminine in the presence of you if you know who you are. Because that's their nature. That's who they are internally. But they may be a few that may be more feminine than the rest of them. which that's even better. But at the same time, y'all, when it comes to that energy, they will leave whenever they emotionally are no longer satisfied or stimulated on that emotional base level. When they're emotionally unhappy, it's over. It's over. Yeah, they may sit there or whatever in it for a little while. They may even address the issues to you for a little while, but eventually, all while that's happening, bro, their mind is wandering elsewhere. They're not really invested in the connection like you think they are. They're not. I could give a shit less if they laying in the same bed as you. They're not there, bro. Their mind is not there in that bed with their physical fucking vessel. Their mind is elsewhere. But people may look at that as cold-hearted. It's really not. It's reality. That's something that the fucking ego can't handle. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to have to handle it. Because that's the reality side of it. Some of us, bro, has been through these experiences. That's why we know a lot about that. And no, it's not an easy thing to evolve, to transform. I've had to heal codependency issues myself. And it wasn't an easy job. But you think I'm going to sit there and blame somebody else for it? That's my problem. That was my problem. And I have no shame in admitting to that I had that issue. I learned from that. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not going to sit here and speak out of ignorance. I'm going to speak out of experience, which is wisdom. This is where I've obtained the wisdom from experience. This is something I'm well knowledgeable on because of the experience that I had. I've been through situations like that. When they no longer, bro, emotionally there, it don't matter how masculine you are or whatever. It don't matter about none of that. If they're not happy emotionally, it don't matter if you do everything right to start with. You know, you could be good in a connection, you could be good in the bed. It don't matter about none of that. It don't matter about the money or none of that. If they're not feeling it emotional on an emotional level, bro, they're out. They're out of there. And there's not a damn thing you could do about it. But sit there and accept it for what it is. As I say, okay, well, it obviously ain't meant to be. It's not meant to be. And I'm going to tell you what turns, if there's any chance of this individual coming back to you and wanting to be with you, because that does happen too. If there's any chance that this individual still has attraction towards you, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. By you not validating them or having something to prove when there's nothing to prove to them why they want to leave. You know who the fuck you are as a person. If they want to leave, tell them, hey, there's a door. See you later. If there's any chance of them coming back and having any type of attraction towards you, it's going to be because you didn't sit there and chase behind them or to try to stop them from leaving. Therefore, you kept your respect in that female's eyes. They seen that you wasn't needy or desperate. Because, believe it or not, bro, people think that this makes them attractive. It really don't. It really don't. It will push them further away. Especially when they're already in this emotional, unhappy state of mind to start with. It's going to push them even further away. Because they already feel like their needs, emotional needs and wants are not being fulfilled the way they should be. But this has nothing to do with you. You already know what you bring to the table. If this is how they feel, let them feel that. Chasing behind them and trying to get them to try to see your worth, but that's bullshit. That's weak. That's weak. I can only speak from the masculine's perspective. I'm going to tell it like it is. If there's any chance of this individual coming back, it's because you didn't show signs of wanting to desperately be with this individual, and they had the time to fill out these negative emotions that had nothing to do with you. That's how female nature is. That's how their nature is, emotionally. They're emotionally driven. 100% of the time, they're emotionally driven. They're driven off their emotions. Why you think some of them get sad and they start complaining? They get sad, they complain. Because they're driven 100% of the time off their emotions. And that's not a bad thing. That is actually natural. So anybody that feels, if there's a feminine out there that feels unnatural, I've been got it to inspire them back to themselves, etc., at who they really are when it comes to their energy. If you feel as if this is unnatural or you feel that this is not right, that right there is all about some type of illusion. It's perfectly fine for them to feel emotional, for them to feel feminine, and for them to feel frustrated at some times. That's just what it is because of who they are. It's the estrogen in the body. It's the estrogen levels in their body that has them feeling that way. It's okay for them to experience a bit of imbalances here and there. That's going to happen. But to these individuals that want to feed this estrogen imbalance, it's not going to fulfill the individual's desires, this female's desires, to where it's going to want to cause her to release the love endorphins in her brain. She's not going to be able to love the individual from an emotional, mentally based level. Lust is not going to attract her, bro. I could give a damn who goes to the gym, who don't go to the gym. It's not about the physical appearance. It's about who you are mentally and spiritually. That's going to be able to draw that individual to you. And I'm being guided to give some advice when it comes to that. At what the root of the problem may not be. Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with your appearance. It has nothing to do with how good you are behind closed doors, how much money you have, your looks. It don't have nothing to do with any of that. It has everything to do with who you are mentally and spiritually. Because in reality, some of these individuals, they seek that emotional security. That's what they're drawn to. Some of these females give a fuck less about your financial income. To the ones that's not sitting there looking for the money, they could care less about that. You could straight up be in poverty and still pull in one of the best individuals out there. I'm going to tell you how you do it from your mind. From the way the mind is shaped and the spirit is shaped. By being able to emotionally stimulate them differently than everybody else can do. But yet showing a difference when it comes to this individual being in this energy to where if they get imbalanced or they get unhappy, they happen to become unhappy, you know how to sit there and to not let that affect you and to drive you in the same energy that they're in. Because when you have a mirrored energy like that, that right there is not going to turn out too well. It's not going to turn out too well. All it's going to do is create more problems. It's going to turn the individual off on an emotional level, not the physical level. Once they're emotionally turned off, the physical will follow behind. That's why she no longer wants to do anything. She's showing signs of detachment. She's showing signs of a lack of affection. That's why. Because she's not emotionally driven off of that passion anymore. She lost it. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing people can do about it. Besides allow whatever the energy or emotional state of mind she's in at that time to let that pass. That means space. A lot of people don't know how to give them space. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is something else that people it's like they may claim that they're a homebody person, but yet when they're with the same individual all the time, 24/7, that right there is going to begin to not really agitate them to the point to where they want to get away from the individual, but sometimes they need their space. And it's going to be for the individual that knows who the hell they are, to the masculine that knows who the hell he is. That's not going to complain about it. As I say, you got your space. There's a door. There's a door. You want to leave, there's a door. You can have all the space you want. But most people get in their head like they'll let their insecurities drive them to madness of, oh, they're going to cheat on them. Oh, they're going to talk to another dude. Oh, they're going here, they're going there. But in reality, that may not be what it is. Even if it does happen, who gives a shit? It's life. If it happens, it happens. That's nothing to do with you. That's something that naturally happened the way it was meant to happen. See, people think they could control the universe. They think they could control energy. That ain't how energy flows, bro. Even though cheating may be frowned down upon, I agree to that. But at the same time, it's reality, bro. If it happens, it happens. It's going to happen. I'm not saying it will literally happen to everybody that you get with, but it's bound to happen. There's nothing that we can do about it. Nothing. I don't know how much more clear I could be about it. It irritates me because a while back, me being in the ego, thought that I could prevent cheating from happening. By once again sitting there trying to act like, okay, well, is there something I got to prove? I ain't got a damn thing to prove. But that's how I was in the ego. I felt like I had something to prove, which is why there was detachment that was being created. But there wasn't nothing to prove. The only thing that I needed to work on was my codependency issues. That's what it was. And that's exactly what I resolved from the root of the problem. Bro, I've had a serious codependency problem in the year of 2020, and it took all the way from the year of 2020 to 2022 for me to fully heal that. That's how long that took to heal that. This is no bullshit, bro. It's not a walk on the beach. I've also admitted that to that person that I was seeing at that time, too. That I said it's a mama issue. It's a motherly issue that I have. It's separation anxiety, codependency. I was honest with her. I told her. There's times where I did push her away. Yes, I did. I didn't know how to be alone. But it come a time to where you have no choice. When the individual told me they wanted to go about their way, and they said that things wasn't going to work out, guess what I done? I let them go. Because I knew that was what was best for me to heal. Not really much so them, but yet it was healthy for them also. But more so for me, that right there had me introspect, like have an introspection towards what's going on within the inner self that's disconnected from the ego. It's on a soul-based level. Bro, you're going to have to heal that codependency. You ain't got no choice. You sitting here by yourself. What the hell you going to do? Sit there and complain about it? You going to get up off your ass. You're going to heal that. If it's meant for you to be alone, you're going to be alone. That's what I kept telling myself. Hey, I'm not talking to y'all collective. This is a message. I was kind of like going drill sergeant on myself. I don't give a damn how much this hurts. I don't give a damn how much this psychologically bothers you that you don't have this individual around anymore. Tough shit. You are alone, and this is how it's going to happen. This is what is happening. This is exactly how it is. Many people may not be that hard on themselves, but trust me, I was. And look at me now. It's been years, bro, since I've been in a connection with somebody. I don't need them. I care less who don't talk to me. If people go days without talking to me, even weeks, even a year, couple of years, don't bother me none. It's what it is. And from that experience, that's what helped me heal from those codependency issues. And I'm man enough to address that to my subscribers on here to let y'all know I have experience with these type of things. I have experience with that. Which is why I know what I'm talking about. Now, people may be different when it comes to like the different females, whatever. Females going to be different. But the majority of them, they operate off an emotional Emotional driven type of endorphin. They're going to go based off of their emotions. That's one thing I did learn. They're going to go based off their emotions. But there's nothing wrong with that. See, people try to make it out to be a problem. Oh, and that's what gives the mixed signals. That's what gets them in the energy to where they want to try to play some type of mind game. I'm going to tell you how you prevent mind games. Don't give in to their emotional disconnect and pullbacks. Don't give in to that. Maintain your frame, bro. Maintain your frame. Because eventually, like, it's not going to affect you. It's going to cause them to either act out. They're going to be in maybe a negative state of mind. They could have a bit of emotional, like they could be emotional down. They could be upset. But I'm going to tell you right now, you maintaining and your character and energy is not going to mirror this individual's energy and all to make things worse. It's going to actually get them to reflect on themselves. As I said, they shouldn't be acting that way. If they're not sitting there trying to argue, whatever, now when it comes to that, then yeah, you got the right to stand up and protect yourself. You know, call them out on that. But when it comes to them just sitting with themselves and they're in a bad mood or whatever, that's for them to sit in that energy, not you. Eventually, you being detached and being in your energy, and this individual having the time to sit with themselves, they're going to see that they more than likely will come back to you and apologize to you. And that's what you want to happen. I'm going to tell you why that happens. Because they're genuinely sorry, because they really love you. When they apologize, that right there, now, it depends on the apology, though. But when they're sincerely sorry, and they know that this was something that was going on within them, they're gonna go to the individual and apologize to them. That right there is a huge sign of respect toward you. Let them sit there and be upset, even if it's a whatever it's about or whatever. This ain't got a damn thing to do with you. Even if they try to project that, you do not allow any projection. Do not allow any projection. I really feel like somebody needs to hear this message. Now, everybody's going to be different. I really can't tell somebody how to be detached. It's either it's natural or it's not. It's going to have to come naturally. That detachment's going to have to come naturally. But the number one thing is focus, like really get down to the core of it. Is it codependency that's keeping you from being detached? Because that's all about attachment. Is it codependency that's doing that? Or is it something else? Hold on. Is it codependency that's doing that? Is it separation anxiety issues that are doing that? Once you get down to the core of the problem, you're going to be able to identify what to fix. But just like I said, if they're in a bad mood, for whatever the reason is, and they're not talking to you stupid, let them be alone and be in that bad mood or whatever. Because that's their energy. That's their reality. They may be going through something. Now, if they come to you and consult to you or whatever, like if they can't handle it by themselves, that right there is where you have that iron mind to actually help them when it comes to if they go to you. But this is if you're together with this individual. If they can't handle all that by themselves, and if they go to you, then I would say it's okay to sit there and to, help them stabilize back mentally. But when it comes to them wanting to pull themselves away because something bothering them, let them be, bro. Let them be. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they didn't even have to do anything disrespectful toward you. They could just feel the need to apologize to you because they could feel that that's disrespectful to you for them being in that type of mood or whatever. But if they apologize to you because of that, even when they didn't do anything wrong, that right there is going to better to show you, brother, that you got a real sweetheart in your life. She's a sweetheart. That's going to show her character, who she really is. And that's what you want. If you want a good lady, that's what you want, bro. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to attract them. What I just got through explaining throughout this video. That's how you attract them. It's really not the laws of attraction. Because, I mean, some people use that to their advantage. So, I mean, they could use that. But this is all about people's going to live different realities. I understand that. But it's all about pay attention. If you feel codependency issues where it comes to attachment, that's the problem. Once you heal that, no more problems. I promise you. Or there could be some type of insecurity or whatever. There could be like envy, there could be jealousy or whatever. It could be whatever the root cause is. Once that is healed from its roots, you ain't going to have no more damn problems. I promise you that. It's a guarantee you're not going to have no more problems. Even though it may not be an easy thing to face, but that's the challenge. That's how you develop that tough mind, bro. That's where you develop that iron mind and iron soul from. By facing reality for what it is. Because that's the gym. Fuck going to the physical gym out there and lifting weights, bro. Getting out there, hitting them reps or whatever. Nah, fuck that. The gym is all in the soul and it's all within the mind. That's the best results that you're going to obtain from that type of gym. That's the way I look at it. The physical gym is not going to be able to provide you with these type of results. It's all about facing reality for what it really is through the mental state, which is a psychological. Therefore, you're going to develop an iron mind because of you working out the mental muscles. Like you're sitting there going against what the ego, the false self, presents itself out to be, which is expectations. You are sitting there literally working the other part of the mind to overpower that ego, because that's where the challenge is. And once you can overpower that ego to create that mental stability and balance, therefore you develop a stronger mind because you know how to check your ego. You know how to put your ego in this place. Therefore, will prevent expectations further in the future when it comes to being with other people. So therefore, if you have expectations in the past of somebody always being there for you, but yet they leave, that's what hurts the ego. It's not really heartbreak. That's what hurts the ego, therefore mimics heartbreak. But anyways, y'all, like when it comes to that, the females can also learn from this too, y'all. But just like I said, I'm only going to speak from my experience as a masculine or whatever. But this is really how it is, though. Now, everybody may not be the same, but I'm just giving my advice on how y'all may operate on an emotional based level or whatever, which there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody out there, bro, tells you that, oh, well, you can't be that person, you can be that person. These individuals don't know how to handle a real female to start with, because that's who they're meant to be. They're meant to be feminine and meant to be soft-hearted. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not weak, you're not none of that. That's a female's nature, bro. I'm gonna tell it like it is. But some of them are put in a position of where they have to be like stronger than, but that makes them feel awkward, bro. Like that makes them feel like, what the fuck is this? They don't feel right. I'm gonna tell you why. Because of the people that they're around. They're not around the people that is going to literally bring their true essence out to the light, to have their true selves shine through, because that's their ego that they're in. But sometimes they're challenged to the point to where they have no choice but to be in the ego. Therefore, blocks the connection within their soul and their emotional side, which provides them with that femininity. And therefore causes emotional distress upon them and causes them to be angry. I don't know people. I know the difference between masculine and feminine energy. This is not people. This is the difference between the masculine and the feminine energy. I'm really getting an intuitive nudge that some people may be trying to make the feminine, soft-hearted individuals that are nurturers feel as if, oh, well, this is weakness. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. Because think about it, bro. Like, whenever you have a family or whatever, if you decide to settle down and have a family, are you going to be nurturing to that family? Exactly. That's all about showing the individual care, showing them love and concern. That's what my mom done to me. My mom was very feminine, very nurturing to me. That's how I know that. Not everybody's going to be that way, though. But this is what I was raised around. I had a good mama. And that's exactly why I'm not going to let somebody around me that don't have her qualities. I don't put up with that shit. I had a sweet mama to me. But what she done was she provided me with the nurturing. If I was upset over something, I was angry, she was there to calm me down. She was there to show me care. When I wasn't feeling good, she was there for me. She didn't emotionally abandon me. She made sure that I was okay. Whenever I was running fever, she would sit there and give me a cold rag. She would sit there and just be there. She sometimes sit there right beside the bedside, bro, just sit there and watch TV with me and wouldn't leave one bit. She would sit right there. She would not leave. When it comes to breaking up a chest cold, she would go to the stove and she would get some Vicks Vapor. It's that stuff, and she would warm up a rag on the stove. And there's something that she done with a rag where she would put that on my chest area, and yet that would break up the cold. That was nasty though, bro. I'm telling you. Like, breaking up that cold like that, there was something that she did with the Vicks. Something to do with the Vicks Vapor. And what she done was she heated up a rag with that in there, and that broke up a cold. That's what I'm talking about, bro. It's in y'all nature to be nurturing. That's the female that I was brought up around, which is my mama. But not everybody's going to be the same, but that's a female, though. That's female nature. Because a majority of them out there, bro, would love to be mothers, would love to be moms. And that right there would be their nature. To be caring, loving, nurturing, and compassionate. Now, am I saying that it's not okay to be angry? No. It is okay to be angry sometimes, but yet feeling as if you have to feel like it's a problem with you being who you really want to be. And feeling like you can't be your true, authentic self, that's a problem. But it's okay to be angry here and there. But feeling as if you have to be in this energy 24/7, that's not really healthy for you. Leave that to the masculine, because that right there is more of that high level of testosterone, that aggression, to where they carry that around with them. Which I'm not saying that's healthy for the individual either, because that shit right there get dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That get dangerous. You got an individual walking around out there all fucking puffed up, chest all out like that, walking around, just fucking ready to flash out there, bro. That shit's dangerous. Trust me, I have my experience with that. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience. I know how that is. And I'm going to tell you how you deal with that. You go to either a heavy bag, or you go to nature and you sit there and you meditate. Because I'm telling you right now, bro, this is not, it may sound like it's all that or whatever. Like, damn, bro, like, man, this person got superhuman strength. Bro, I'm telling you right now, dude. If you felt the effects of what I was feeling on the inside, bro, this is not, I mean, it's not uncomfortable, but it's like a lot of energy that just wants to come out all at the same time. And it's mixed with rage. It's mixed with aggression and rage. But you have to know how to control that side. And the best way to control it, everybody has different ways of controlling that. Which that's not healthy. I mean, that shit could get down. I'm just saying. It could get dangerous. It could get dangerous. Now, I'm going to go ahead and explain the dangers of having a high level of testosterone on that level. When you're getting the energy to where you feel like you're not mad at anybody or none of that, it's kind of a hard energy to explain, but all I can explain it by is you feel just certain jolts of energy through your body that don't feel like yourself. You feel like this is the energy that these boxers feel whenever they're in a boxing ring. That's the type of energy. It's like an adrenaline that you feel 24/7. That's how when it comes to you like jumping up, you could jump higher than what you would normally jump with the height. Bro, some people out there could clear a 6-foot fence without even grabbing on the fence. Jumping straight up like that and clearing the fence. Because of that side of them. It's just hard to explain, but it's the energy that I'm trying to explain how this makes the individual feel on a mental level. On a mental level, it's like a whole bunch of energy. It's not really rage. It's just this overpowering, aggressive energy that's not going to come out as a form of disrespect or none of that. It's just, this is all within the mind. It's just like a volcano just waiting to erupt, bro. It's not meaning that the individual is mad. I'm going to have to do my research on that to see what that is. It's not that the individual is mad at the world. They just have excessive levels of testosterone that is creating this type of wild energy that don't know how to escape the vessel, and it could cause a fucking, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm going to have to do my research on that. I really don't have all the information on why the details on what may cause that to happen. But I do know what that is, what causes that. It's that high levels of testosterone. But that's the difference between that estrogen and you have the testosterone. And the estrogen, that's what's going to make the females on the other behalf become emotional. That's natural for them. Lady, you know what I'm saying? That's natural for a lady. Lady, that's natural for them. I mean, we all have that or whatever, the estrogen and testosterone, but when it comes to that being, it's the exact opposite. Okay, when it comes to them, they have that high level of estrogen, right? This right here is going to affect their emotions on a very feminine type of level. Now, when you got that, bro, think about that, but on a testosterone level when it comes to a masculine. Think about how that masculine is all in this fucking rage, like a, like that. Like, he just feels like a beast mentally. It's like, bro, his aura, there's something very significant about that guy's aura that just, you could tell that something like, damn, bro, is this individual even human? But not in a bad way. It's like there's something that just makes this individual stand out. I'm going to tell you what that is. It's that high level of testosterone that is generating through the individual's body. It's pumping through his body, brother. I'm telling you, it's way up there. And this, believe it or not, that, what they call that? That type of vibration, that's what draws individuals to the individual on a physical base level. And some type of pheromone that they give off. Something to do with a pheromone. If y'all know what that is, it's a pheromone that creates this magnetism that literally draws the individuals that may have high levels of estrogen in them, or even if they don't. But the ones that have high levels of estrogen in them, it draws them to this individual because of that. That's why they don't like that weak shit. That neediness, bro, that right there mimics that estrogen level. That's the pheromone that repels the feminine. Believe it or not. It's that energy that whenever somebody goes behind them and tries to chase them down or does things to show neediness, that right there is going to give off the same vibration as the estrogen that they have within them. That may be at a higher level at the time that they feel that. So therefore, it's going to repel the individual because they don't have that testosterone, which creates the opposite. You ever heard that say opposites attract? That's that energy. So you have a feminine that has that high level of estrogen, and then you have the masculine that has a high level of testosterone. That right there is the best. That right there is the best mixture of both things coming together between the masculine and that feminine energy. Therefore, it's going to create this powerful magnetism to draw both individuals together. That's what creates this out of this world type of pleasure when it comes to the physical vessel, etc. And that is very emotionally stimulating to the feminine. Therefore, it's what you call mating. It's just like animals, bro. Just like animals. I mean, it's a bit different than that or whatever, but it's just like that. Something similar to that. That's what creates that wanting to connect with each other. And this is all, bro, believe it or not, this is all wrapping it right back around to someone maintaining their respect and maintaining who they are to not entertain this connection that somebody else is in. This may be what is causing this individual to want to come on to you even more, even though they may be with this other person, but I will reject that. Because if you feed into this energy, this other situation that's already imbalanced in them is not going to fulfill their emotional needs like they think it is, because they're going to want to go back to that. They're not going to have something to actually respect. Because this is going to give them the indication that they could do the same thing that you, like they could get with you, and yet things could be going well, but yet things start to go downhill, and they could just feel the need to want to flirt with somebody else. No, you show this individual as I say, no, you ain't putting up with that. You're not putting up with that. You're going to show them and teach them a lesson that, hey, if they decide to get with you, they're not going to be doing that to somebody else while they're with you. So this right here is double confirmation. This is another thing that's going to keep you with your respect. Now, this can also be for the feminines too, etc. If there's a masculine that's taken, and this individual may be showing interest in you, to be honest, y'all, like I can't really give any advice on that because I'm not one of those people, but I will give advice from the masculine's viewpoint. There's feminines out there that can coach y'all on that, or be an inspiration when it comes to that. I don't really know about that, but I do know a lot about the masculines when it comes to that. But what I will say is, for both parties, okay, whether you're masculine or feminine, if somebody is taken in general, I would not entertain that, bro. I would not entertain that. I wouldn't get involved. This goes for both parties. But as far as the detailed information, they're more than likely going to have to go to a feminine so they could give them the advice on that. But when it comes to the masculines, but the feminines are more than welcome to sit around and listen to the message. They're more than welcome to tune in to listen to that. When it comes to me talking about the masculine side. But as far as a general message, for both parties, masculine and feminine, if you're one of these individuals, I would not entertain anybody that is taken. I would not sit there and provide them with any emotional support or none of that. If you want to keep your respect to where you're seen as an individual that can be seen in a romantic light, I would avoid all of that, bro. I would not even have any contact, no, none of that. If you happen to see the individual casually in a public setting, say hello, how's your day going, and go about your day. But as far as sitting there being flirtatious or doing things to try to sit there and to show signs you may like them, whatever, I wouldn't do that. Now, if they're doing this to you or whatever, still though, I'd pull back. Because in reality, you're showing them that this is not tolerated. This is not going to be tolerable. This is not tolerated. Because if they decide to get away from this other connection, guess what? When they get with you, they're not going to be doing that shit to you. I'm not saying they would do that. I'm not saying they wouldn't do that. But this is going to show them, as I say, well, damn. You really not talking to them? Because they're already with somebody else, they're talking to somebody else. No matter if they're arguing or not, they're with somebody else. You're not their person. You're not their friend. You're not their sideline. You're not their psychiatrist. You're not their doctor. You're nobody to them. If this individual sees you in a romantic light, they could get out this other connection or whatever they need to do while you live in your life. And if they have that much interest in you, they could come find you. That's how you put situations like this in its place. By maintaining in your energy. It's all about your spiritual and your mental respect. Because believe it or not, this has a lot to do with someone's the mental strength. Checking the ego, just like I said. Because the ego, of course, this may feel good on an egotistical level. Know that this individual may want it to be choosing you over somebody else. But at the same time, there's problems behind that. That's just some type of, that's a release of the feel-good endorphins. That's an egotistical stimulation. That's not going to last. Of course, that may feel good on the ego level. But you want something that's fully fulfilling on a soul-based level, emotional-based level, mental stimulation level. That's going to be there. Not just for some quick type of egotistical feel-good endorphin to be released. Of course it may feel good to know that someone may be showing you a romantic interest while they may be in this other connection. But that, still though, that right there, the minute that you give into that egotistical stimulation of what the ego wants, or just because it may feel good, that right there is going to have this projected on this individual that may be showing you these signs that this is okay to do this while they're in a connection. Y'all see what I'm getting at with that? They're not going to learn a lesson that this is not okay. If they're in a connection, they need to be talking things out with their individual. Or if they're not happy, they need to get the hell up on out of there. Because no matter what is happening, they can't have both. They can't have their cake and eat it too. I'm not saying this individual is operating in that energy, but this is going to prevent them and teach them that there's no such thing as creating some type of leading on energy, trying to lead somebody on energy. Because there's nobody there to entertain their liking towards this person. If they really like you, they'll end things with this connection. And whatever happens after that, and they end up going look for you, they find you, and they talk to you, and y'all build a connection. That's how you prevent that. But other than that, y'all, I would not entertain a connection like that. I would not entertain that. Now, I'm also saying, I'm not saying being mean to the individual. You do not be mean to them. But I would not entertain that. I would not entertain that. I would not do that. Whoever this is resonating with, you could be a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces. Whoever you are, I would not entertain that, y'all. I'm telling you. I mean, y'all have your own free will, if that's what y'all want to do. But as far as my sound advice, I will not entertain that. Give me one more clarifier. Yeah, Tower reverse, Scorpio energy. Clarify the Tower reverse. Yeah, look at that. This is avoiding them. Look, Seven of Swords, this is avoiding them. You're avoiding disaster, too. You're avoiding a disaster. Bro, this is clearly avoidance. This is a disaster. You don't want to be seen with this individual with somebody else. You're avoiding a disaster. I'm also getting this individual may end up like, if they really like you this much, they could end up running you down, etc. But that's what you want, though. They really want you, they could get the hell away from this other person. Because what sense does it make you going after this when Yeah, the world reverse. Things are gonna keep on getting delayed and getting delayed and getting delayed. They're gonna keep going back and forth with each other until one of these individuals eventually leave. But you let them do that. That's not part of your problem. You're not gonna be involved in that. You're literally escaping this cycle right here. Yeah, look at that. They're trying to play both sides of the fence. Look at that. Or if you was to allow yourself to entertain these type of gestures while this individual's in this connection, they're gonna be early feeling as if, oh, this is okay. They're gonna think that they could try to play They ain't playing nothing. Look at that, the sun. I'm also being guided to tell y'all to live your best life. Be happy. Be happy. Don't show this individual what they're missing out on. Let them find out what they're missing out on. If they really like you, they really give a shit about you. Whoever this is not an ex, by the way. You just may have an ex that may be projecting some type of negative energy on this individual because they may be on the fence whether or not if they want to leave this other connection. But that's all on them. Don't worry about this individual finding out if you're living your best life, or don't prove that to them. Let them have to jump through hoops or whatever is what I'm getting. Just how it ain't nobody making you go after this individual, well, there ain't nobody making them stay in this connection either. That's what I'm saying. Nine of Pentacles reverse. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Let me go ahead and give you some cards of advice. Hold on. Y'all hold on a minute. Get some cards of advice. Cards of advice. Much rather you teach this individual respect than to teach them to allow disrespect, huh? Exactly. Don't put up with that shit. You don't let somebody in another connection flirt with you, man. Tell them to take that shit back to their lover. Leave you alone. But anyways, Wheel of Fortune reverse. Five of Pentacles. Three of Wands reverse. Nine of Pentacles. Page of Cups reverse. Three of Swords. So there could end up being a breakup. Okay, so these individuals can end up breaking up. Yeah, there's going to be a breakup that's going to happen. All right, so somebody could be breaking up with this individual. The moon. The moon. Queen of Cups reverse. Knight of Swords reverse. Six of Swords, the Fool, and the Strength reverse. Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus energy, Aquarius energy, Libra energy. So the cards of advice is, I wouldn't apologize. Like, I wouldn't even entertain this illusion. Like, something is an illusion. Everything of what is being done from this individual's energy is actually a projection of something, etc. This is a projection of what somebody is trying to manipulate in order to get something, to try to have you in this illusional energy, but yet this is what energy they're in. So watch for individuals projecting things. Things are not all that it seems at the surface level. Some of you may be guided to trust your intuition to move on. Yeah, your intuition, like exactly what I've been explaining. Like, this individual, don't let this individual fool you with any type of illusion or deception. Because there's deception, a lot of blah. There's a lot of deception around this individual. There's definitely a lot of deception around this individual. And you may be listening to your intuition to move on. Bro, this individual's trying to project as if you're going to chase behind them is what it looks like. But there's other things that are trying to manifest that to happen. But yet this is a karmic cycle that you've been completed. Bro, in reality, this individual can't stand the fact that you keep moving. Like, this is not an ex of yours or whatever, but it's like this individual can't stand the fact that you're not entertaining them. And it's like they're trying to give off signs as if, it's like they're trying to project something and give off signs as if they're going to try to manipulate you into chasing them. This individual is guilty for something. That's what it is. They're guilty for something. And they also are guilty at the way that they feel about you, too. They're guilty at the fact that they may be in love with you, but they're with somebody else and they're too chicken shit to leave this other connection and to actually tell you something. Whoever this is. They're too weak to fucking be honest about it. And this ain't your problem. This is something that y'all hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Let me go get me something to drink. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a minute. All right, y'all, I'm back. So anyways, yeah, somebody's trying to, yeah, this ain't too good for this individual. This individual trying to get you to run them down. Look at that. And they're mad because you ain't running them down. I'm also getting somebody's trying to do all this as a trick to see if this is who you really are. To see if you're a chaser and you're really not. Okay, so they may not, but they're giving off an illusion as if this is a weakness, but it's really not. But them going about this, bro, this is not this is something right here that's gonna bring this individual a lot of delays if they continuously go through with this, because this ain't gonna do nothing to you. You just gonna keep on moving on like that. You ain't chasing behind somebody. This could be a masculine. A Queen of Cups could be doing this. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces don't have to be. Bro, this ain't dragging you back this way. Look, this is this individual going this way. You going this way. How does that make any sense? Yeah, I would not allow this individual to project any type of emotional manipulation on you. Sound like to me this individual has a soft heart when it comes to you, and they're using they're trying to use their abandonment wounds and the toxic ass connection that they may be in, and yet trying to project that onto you as if you're the one that they're with or whatever. Like, I'm not saying they're looking at it like that, but yet they're trying to call because they know that this individual chases behind them, but yet they feel something for you. Like, they feel something very deeply for you. But it's this other person's energy that chases behind them and argues with them, and yet they want you to run them down and to you keep on moving, you keep on going forward, bro. You don't entertain that. Now, if the card came out like this, I would say go back to them. Go back to them. You may need to talk to them or whatever. Like, something may be seriously wrong or whatever. But no, you keep on going this way or whatever. Because there's a lot of illusions. Like, somebody's trying to muster up something, bro, and stir up something right. I'm telling you. Somebody trying to stir up something, I'm telling you. It's like this individual may be in the energy. It's like there's nothing but projections with the moon card. There's projections. And I'm getting it. They're projecting the pain that they're going through in this connection, but yet using it to delay something, but yet they feel a lot for you. It's like this individual wants to avoid the other individual, like they want to avoid the other individual, but yet they're using this pain to their advantage to avoid you, but yet create this type of chasing mechanism because they know that this individual likes to run them down after they fight and argue with each other. Yeah, this person needs to be left alone. Like I said earlier, bro, it fits the description of what I was just saying. Leave this individual in this energy because they're gonna figure out that this is wrong. This is gonna hurt them in the long run. This ain't got shit to do with you. I would stay away from this individual or whatever. For some of you out there, I mean, I can't tell y'all what to do, but I would keep on doing what you're doing, you know? Keep on being who you are. Keep on being the leader that you are to show this individual that, hey, this is this individual that they with or whatever. Nah, hey, You're being guided to not mirror this individual's energy. You're being guided to literally teach this individual a lesson that you're not this individual's ex, and you're not gonna be disrespected, or any that'll allow this individual to keep disrespecting themselves, etc. You know what that's gonna do to them? That's gonna tender their heart even more. That's gonna cause even more of a tender heart to them. So you know what that means? They're gonna have a warm heart towards you while remaining cold towards the individual that put their hands on them. But you don't need to be anywhere around while this is happening, though. But you just show this individual and mirror back to them what they're lacking, what they're trying to project. But don't project the same energy back onto them. It's all about you standing in your power, knowing who you are, and teaching them about respecting themselves. As I say, okay, well, that's what they want to do. You're not going to be sitting there chasing behind this that's already happening to them. But yet them getting in this energy to where they want to try to use all this to their advantage and all to try to get you to run behind them. That's not okay. That's not okay. They're disrespecting themselves. They shouldn't even allow themselves to be hit on this way. Don't be mean to the individual, but I would not apologize. Either with a page of cup to verse, I wouldn't apologize. You ain't got shit to be sorry for. But I wouldn't be mean to this individual, y'all. I wouldn't be mean to him. Leave him in the cold. Leave him in the cold. And that's what it said. Leave them in the cold because they're with somebody else. Look, something ain't going all that well in a connection between the two of them. But this is not your problem. And you being in this energy is going to literally separate this type of Three of Swords energy as if, oh, well, you're somebody that they could consult into or whatever, and they like you all at the same time. No, 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 no. You're somebody that's going to continuously live your life and be single. And if this individual really liked you and feels some type of way about you, they could gladly come run you down and come talk to you. I say running you down like that, but yet like it's like an energy of not desperation, but showing genuine interest in you if they really want that with you. But this is how to do it, by avoiding them. I wouldn't have any, bro. I wouldn't message them. I wouldn't do any of that. I wouldn't do any of that. I would just keep on living how y'all living. I would turn your back on this individual, the Three of Wands reverse. If this is what they want to continuously subject themselves to and to be abused, well, that's all on them, bro. That ain't none of your problem. That ain't your person. I put it to you like this. You're going to have to teach this individual, listen, that they're nobody to you. They're nobody to you. If they want to be a somebody to you, then they could gladly get out of all of this right here. And they could come run you down and be your person. Bro, you got to teach this individual what they're really doing to themselves. And by being around this individual, it's going to literally teach them it's going to teach them what they already shouldn't be being taught, which is disrespect. You should never teach this individual disrespect. It's all about teaching them respect. I'm going to tell you how to do it by leaving them in the cold. Because this individual showing themselves that they obviously are nobody, right? They allow themselves to be torn down like this. What the hell they expect you to do about it? This is what they're allowing. This is where they want to be? Okay, we'll be there then. That's not your problem. Leave that for the law to handle if they really have a problem with that. Leave that to the law. They want to put a restraining order or to get the law involved. Let them do that. Let them do that. That's not your problem. Bunch of bullshit you really don't have the time for. Oh, I gotta say about it. Well, I'm just saying. Give me one last final closing message. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to keep pulling cards with the camera like this. Six of Cups. Okay, so there's more than likely this individual could end up being sweet to you. Like I said, I wouldn't be mean to this person. But when it comes to being around this individual, they're going to have to leave this other situation, bro. I'm telling you. By you not being around is going to actually get this individual in the energy to where they are going to feel the loss of you. Even though you may not fully be around all the time. It's obvious they already developed feelings for you. They do have genuine feelings for you. They do. But they're choosing to remain in some type of situation where they're getting their hand, like somebody putting their hands on them. But that's not your problem, but that's not your person. Yeah, look, 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. I keep walking, bro. I keep on walking. I keep walking. That the cards are indication of cards of advice. Keep walking. Keep moving forward. Keep walking. I'm also getting this individual may want to talk to you. They may agree to go to you. But that's the way it's gonna have to work out apparently. Because whatever's going on here, bro, is not really meant for this individual, but it's also not meant for you to sit there and to allow this individual to, like, there's a both side defense type of energy. Yeah, 2 of Swords. Just give me the vibes of nice knowing them. But if they want anything to do with you, bro, they're gonna have to come and talk to you. It's not your place to talk to them. They obviously got somebody that they talk to every day, fight with and argue with every day. That's their person. That's not you. Straight up. So what is this person's cards of advice that's doing this? That's trying to do this. That's in this energy. So what's the cards of advice for this person that may be in this connection or whatever? Watch what's gonna come out for them. Knight of Pentacles. They need to stop playing around. They need to stop playing around because this ain't the right connection for exactly. This ain't the right connection for them. They need to stand their fucking ground, stand up for themselves. Yeah. They need to stand their ground and stand up for themselves that this is an abuser that they're with. With the 10 of Cups reversed, look at that. They may need to contact the authorities. Okay, so the Justice card did come up. Didn't I tell you the law could be getting involved or something? This person is abusing this individual, but they're being guided to stand up for themselves. Yeah, look at that, the Tower. Queen of Wands reverse. This individual has been ignoring their intuition that there is a problem. There is a problem. There's multiple individuals that are connected to this. Oh, that's the truth. So they need to tell the truth. If some of you out there, this individual may be paying attention to a reader with the High Priestess. Something's telling me this individual is intuitive, but they're ignoring their intuition to stand up for themselves and fight back. If this individual is paying attention to a public figure that may be a reader, they need to listen to this reader. Because this reader's telling them the fucking truth. Capricorn energy, Pisces, Page of Pentacles reverse, and the Nine of Swords reverse. They need to detach from this abusive individual. All hell is about to break loose too is what I'm getting. This individual can feel like something is bound to happen any given minute. All hell is going to break loose, bro. Some of you could have gave this individual a warning. Something about a dream or something. Something about a dream. Something came through as a warning is what I'm getting with the High Priestess. This individual feels like something is about to pop off at any given minute, bro. They need to listen to what a reader is saying with the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess. They're going to see. They're going to find out. They're going to find out. They don't want to take that advice. They're going to find out. They need to detach from this individual immediately that they're with. They need to detach from this individual immediately that they're with. I'm telling you right now, bro. Why is that? Why is that? Because of an investigation. There's an investigation. There's an investigation. Clarify that. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Okay, so there's a water sign. Okay, so this water sign may not realize that she may be on an investigation. Somebody that she's with is on an investigation for something. Okay, so this give me the vibes of an unexpected raid that's going to pop off at this individual's place of residence. And her lover's going to get arrested, is what it looks like. Okay, so this is a water sign that may have been in reverse earlier. So there's somebody that she's with that's on an investigation linked to a situation, etc. Her intuition keeps on telling her this, that something's about to pop off at any given minute. This is the SWAT team outside the residence or whatever, and there's agents going inside somebody's residence and raiding the residence or whatever. And there's this individual's lover that's going to get arrested that's connected to something. I'm telling you. This is bad, bro. But this individual's not going to get in trouble, though, is what I'm getting. They're not going to get in trouble, but it's going to be a shocker to them. Some of you could have given off a warning. You could have had like a strange dream or something. This dream was trying to warn you. It was a foresight vision of what was bound to happen with a situation involving this individual. They better listen, bro. They better listen. Yeah, Two of Swords reverse. There's some lies that are being exposed. Clarify that. Leo. Has something to do with a Leo feminine. Strength card reverse. Don't have to be. Clarify that. Something about money. Something about a money situation. What else? Yeah, the lovers. Connections that are connected to financial income or some type of behavior that's connected to financial underhanded behavior. Yeah, this cycle's closing. This cycle's going to be closing. So someone's going to be separated from somebody due to a raid, or unexpected. There's that raid energy again, bro. The law is showing up, but I'm really not getting it. This is the locals. This could be on a federal base level. This individual could feel like something's about to pop off, but they don't know what it is. This on a federal base level. This could be happening at a Queen of Cups as residence, a Pisces female, Aquarius female. That could be happening at their place of residence any given minute. They need to kick this. I'm also getting. They need to kick somebody out before it gets worse. Before it gets worse. They also are being guided to stop hiding the fact that they want this individual to be involved with defamating someone's character, but yet sitting there and lying about it. Oh, okay, so it turns out this individual may be interested in somebody that had their character defamated. So you could have been the individual that was subjected to defamation of character, and this person may have a liking, a strange, mysterious liking towards you. But yet they keep ignoring their intuition on something. Whoever this is that they're with, they need to detach. Could be somebody in their family, but there's somebody that they may be with. Yeah, this is detachment. They need to detach from somebody. I'm telling you right now, bro, something's about to pop off with the law. The law's about to show up to this individual's residence or whatever. And I'm getting, it's not going to be the locals. FBI coming in this residence with a search warrant to come after their lover for somebody, for doing something to somebody. They got evidence on that, bro. They need to remove themselves out this residence and go stay with their family. That's what I'm getting. Like they may need to go run a hotel or something, or to get away from this setting because something's about to pop off. I'm telling you, something's about to pop off. Something's about to pop off, bro. Like this is a serious issue, dude. I'm telling you, this individual's being guided to stand up and protect themselves and possibly leave, but yet. I'm telling you. They have the tools, like they have the things right in front of them to manifest for them to get away so this can happen. They're being guided to detach somebody that they're with. I'm telling you. Because something's about to pop off. I'm hearing the feds outside with a loudspeaker. And not long after the loudspeaker, bro, it's like a big old, there's a, like, I'm telling you. And they're coming in there. They're coming there. The whole damn, there's some type of setting of a lot of things being, there's some type of setting to where different rooms, different housing are being raided. Something's about to pop off, and it ain't good. It ain't good, especially with who this individual is with. FBI coming in there, bro. I'm telling you, FBI coming in there for somebody. Somebody's wanted on a serious financial crime that's connected to this individual, and they coming in this fucking building. They coming in there, bro. They coming in there, but it's best that this individual trusts their intuition to remove themselves or to tell, like, I'm not really getting, they could tell this individual to leave or whatever, but I would find somebody in their family that would allow them to stay with them just until this happens or whatever, because this is close by. Something's about to pop off, bro. Something's about to pop off. Something's about to pop off. Clarify that. Something's about to pop off. Nine of Cups traverse, they ain't gonna be too happy. This could be heartbreaking to them. Yeah, Emperor reverse. This could be heartbreaking to them because they have to see that somebody that they was with, they thought they was gonna spend the rest of their life with, ends up getting in trouble. Yeah, Four of Swords, bro. It's over. It's over. It is over. There's evidence here. Financial crimes have been discovered. This could be inappropriate financial crimes. Scam. This is defeating this situation. King of Wands and Judgment. What else? What else? Clarify that. Yeah, Four of Cups reverse and the Hermit. There they are. This is a judge that signed off on a search warrant to have an individual's residence searched. So whoever this individual is, they could have been warned already that something is not right. Or they could be picking up something intuitively that something ain't right. And it's connected to the lover, somebody that they're staying with, that these individuals are on their tail, bro. Heavily. Heavily. They coming in there, bro. They coming in there. They don't give a fuck who you got staying with you. They don't care about none of that. They're coming in this building and they coming to get this individual that's been doing this. Bro, I like how the feds got like this, like this assertive energy to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like They don't give a damn what time of day it is. They don't care what it is. They don't care if it's raining. They don't care if it's storming. They don't even care if a tornado's out there. They're coming in there. They don't give a damn about what the fucking lightning going on. They don't give a shit about none of that. They coming in there. They got a fucking warrant. They go into the damn residence. That's the way it is. They don't give a shit. They're going in there. So whoever this abusive individual is that they may be staying with, or could be an abusive family member to them, whoever this abuser or whoever this abuser is that they're staying with, this is their karma. They're not gonna have to worry about this individual putting their hands on them anymore. The devil reverse. They got no choice but to break up because the law is involved now, bro. I'm getting this individual may not have to contact the authorities. Something's already gonna pop off as it is. And this is going to cause a natural breakup between two people. And that's going to cause detachment. They're no longer going to be controlled. They're no longer going to be controlled. No longer going to be controlled. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? That's my genuine supporters on here. Bro, the energy, like, I don't know, the energy out of nowhere is just went to a higher vibration. Bro, the feds got some, like, I'm not how can I say that? I'm not saying this is funny, but it's just the energy that this King of Swords and the Tower card is giving me. It's like, they don't give a damn if it's raining. They don't care about none of that. They could give a shit less about any of that. When they got a warrant, they're going to the residence, and that's that. They don't care if it's raining hell, bro. That could be hell, clumps of hell coming out the clouds. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They'll sit out there in their fucking SWAT truck and sit there and stay out the weather, and they're still going in there to get the individual. Like, damn. If it's somebody that's wanted, then that's exactly how it's going to happen. That's like somebody's trying to hold up a situation is the kind of vibes I'm getting. Oh, they got to hold up and hold up and hold. They ain't no holding up shit. Oh, I'm also getting these individuals could be trying to jump out the windows or whatever. Yeah, there's something about them trying to like hide, like they knock or whatever. Like they could get on the PA system and they're announcing their presence outside as I say, hey, they have a warrant to search the residence, etc. That's like somebody's on the loudspeaker, the PA system. They have a warrant to search the residence or whatever. And it's like you could hear that, bro, because it's loud, but they're in the SWAT truck while they're doing that. They're sitting outside in the SWAT truck right here. Look at that. With that Knight of Pentacles energy. It's like they're sitting outside in the SWAT truck, and it's being said over the loudspeaker just to give a warning while they're there to announce their presence. They have their own free will to come out the residence, etc. But yet somebody could be trying to go out the back door, the windows or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I don't know, bro. From the looks of it, the feds could be showing up to Aquarius feminine, Pisces feminine, Capricorn feminine's residence to search their residence for somebody that's in there that is connected to something. That's what it sounds like. Or could be anybody. This is something that's unavoidable, bro. I'm telling you, like they're gonna wish they would have listened to their intuition. Their intuition's already telling them that something's about to pop off. They could feel it any given minute. They can feel it. They could feel something about to happen. And this is what it is. Something to do with the law, with that King of Swords energy. Something to do with a Queen of Wands reverse, a King of Cups reverse. Somebody that she's with. Somebody that this feminine is with. That is connected to other people that really shouldn't be connected to. So give me a closing message. I'm not really getting this individual's going to get in trouble, but it's going to be heartbreaking for this individual. Damn. Oh, there's the investigator again, bro. Bro, something's on an investigation. Yes, it is. Uh-huh. A lot of perversion, something being done financially. Ooh, the Hierophant reverse. See, yeah, somebody had a plan, right? The moon. Yeah, this ain't going nowhere. Yeah, there's a cycle closing out here, bro. Oh, there it is again. There it is again. But this guy has something to do with a cancer. Don't have to be a Pisces, because something could do with a cancer. Oh, yeah, they watching. Oh, yeah. They got a lot accumulated on some type of financial matters. That is very, very sickening and disgusting. This is why this is happening, because they got a lot of evidence and proof to something. Yeah, bro, somebody's been accumulating something over time here, and something is just bound to pop off with the Tower. Seven of Wands. These individuals are trying everything in their power to resist this. Like this is a connection that's not really meant to be for somebody. And these individuals have things accumulated over the last 7 months. Possibly the last 2 hours or so, or the last 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks or so. There's been something that's been accumulated that's connecting something to a situation. It's kind of something to do with a Cancer, Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio, Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio. Someone's trying to create relentless illusions that these investigators may have evidence on, because I'm getting that very heavily. They have evidence on somebody creating an enormous amount of illusions in order to keep somebody in a connection that they're not really supposed to be in, because this connection is not legit. Things that are being done in this connection are not legit at all. And this is something that they're seeing that don't want to change. But this is giving off the illusion as if this is not going to end. These individuals are also seeing that if they wouldn't have intervened with this, then this wasn't ever going to end. This wasn't going to end. This connection, this bullshit connection, that's full of deception and a lot of negative, nasty things that was going on in it, wasn't ever going to end if they didn't intervene, bro. Okay, so they're doing something about this immediately. Immediately, the Tower's coming out again, bro. This card, bro, my last reading or whatever, the Tower, I want to say the Tower came up. Yeah, it did. Now it's coming up in a whole nother different reading. But the same energy, it's like authority is coming out too. They're seeing that this wasn't ever going to end if they didn't intervene and do something. That this was going to continue, but the cycle's closing. So these individuals could project all the fuck they want, that this ain't never going to end. Yes, the fuck it is. Yes, it is. This ain't the connection meant for this individual. This is all about control in a very sick, nasty, disgusting type of way. This shit's ending, whether these individuals here like it or not. This cycle is ending. This cycle is ending. They know what these individuals are doing with this cycle too. Like they know what they're doing with this bullshit connection. They know what they're doing. They got evidence on it. And whoever this perverted individual that they're with and thinks that they're going to sit there and try to have this projected towards an innocent person, to try to have them accused of things they're not doing, just to try to get in the way of this individual's love life, that's another thing else that's being discovered too. That shit's all coming to an end. But this wasn't ever going to end. It's like the way that they're perceiving this wasn't ever going to end if they didn't intervene with their presence or conducting a physical investigation on something. But it is in the tower and the world. The illusion is as if it's not ever going to end, but it is. It is. I just had to break that negative, stubborn energy out of here. Sometimes you got to show it authority, bro. These negative energies, you got to show it authority. So this is the closing message. Something could be connected to either a marriage or a commitment. But this cycle is closing. Tower, the world. This cycle is closing because these individuals have enough sufficient evidence to close the cycle out because of something being done very dirty, underhanded, and very nasty. Yeah, something for you to not worry about. This is also gonna I'm getting this individual's not gonna get in trouble for that. They're not. But the person that they're with, oh, it don't look too good for this individual. Oh, hell no, it don't. Hell no, it don't. They coming in there, bro. I'm telling you, these are the jackets. This is this is the raid jackets. That's the FBI raid jackets right there. They're coming in that residence, bro. They're coming in that residence, and they're gonna arrest this individual. Whoever's in this marriage, there's a marriage or a commitment. Whoever's in a commitment or a marriage has been doing something relentlessly pertaining to you to try to get you in trouble possibly, or trying to create some type of illusion. This is what this may be about. That's the raid jackets right there. They're coming in there, bro. Look at them. The Emperor. This could be connected to a twin flame of yours. If some of you out there have a twin flame, this is the second time this card shows itself. This could be a twin flame that you have. This is the love of your life that this was being done to. Somebody try to block, like somebody try to get in the way of a connection that you once had. If for some odd reason, I know it's a rare percentage of people that may have one of these individuals out there that may be their legitimate other half for them. If this is your person right here, to the ones that may resonate with something like this person will be set free. You possibly will be back in union with your person if this is your real person, because I'm kind of getting the vibes that it is. Clarify that. If it's not, this could be somebody new. Like this situation's gonna come to an end to where there's somebody new that could be entering your life, or this could be a fresh start between you and this individual. Yeah, King of Swords, diverse. Somebody's not too happy about what they're discovering. Yeah, look at that. Ten of Cups reverse. This ain't their match. This ain't their daddy could also be unhappy too. This individual could have a daddy that is not too happy with something going on, but yet he can't. It's like he can only say so much, but yet the individual ain't listening. Yeah, there's something sick that was taking place inside this fucking connection. It's been happening for a long time. Since possibly last Sagittarius season. This could have been happening throughout the last 10 months, etc. with the 10 of cups, like the last 10 months. Yeah, something about individuals that has been together for some time now. That something's been going on for a good while with these individuals the last 10 months or so. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Anyways, this is what I have for the reading, y'all. It don't look too good for these individuals. No, it don't. Something about to pop off in an unexpected way. It's going. Yeah. Oh, that's why I'm getting this irritated energy from these authoritative figures. That's why. Because somebody thinks that they're going to hold this situation up over you and hold something up over them. But yet, it's like they know these individuals are arrogant and egotistical to think that this is going to forever go on this way. But yet, no, it's not. Because it's been going on for too long, as it is. So that would explain why they may be in this energy. As I say, they don't care if it's raining. Because somebody's trying to make it appear as if, oh, well, what if the weather's bad? Oh, well, what if this? They don't care. There's no what ifs. There's no what ifs. Oh, but nothing. It's all about busted, caught. They don't care what these individuals got to say. It's like these individuals are trying to get in the way of them discovering something is what I'm getting. They're trying to relentlessly get in the way and trying to prevent them from discovering something deceptive about a connection. But they discovered it, though. They did. And yet they still trying to cause illusions to think that this is going to continue. This is what's pissing them off. This is how delusional these individuals really are, because they think that this is going to forever be done. No, it's not. Bro, I'm definitely challenging some of these individuals. Like, they're not negative, like these authorities are not negative, but they're agitated because them showing up like that is going to be an indication of something coming to an end. Whoever else don't like it, they don't care about that. They do not care. They have discovered something highly deceptive. Something is not right. And when something needs to end, that's exactly how it's going to end. If somebody's being abused in a certain way that literally violates their law, they're going to intervene. But there's other people that think that they can have control over that. Correction. No, they don't. Some of the feds are going to show these individuals at how much control they really don't have over them. Because when something is violated in their jurisdictional law, even if it's a connection, they don't care if it's a marriage, but if any violation occurs on a federal level and they get alerted by it, they investigate the crime or the law that was violated under their jurisdiction, and they investigate it and they uncover evidence linking it to the crime. Depending on how long it takes to investigate that, they will take action. It's just like the local law or the state law, etc. It's just a different law. It's federal law. But this has to be a major violation in order for them to actually investigate. That's what I'm getting. It's something major. Don't look too good for somebody's so-called lover, bro. It don't look too good for them. But like I said, these individuals are trying to project something as if, oh, well, they own their own business. Oh, well, they're connected to people. They don't care about that. You think they're going to risk being seen for conflict of interest? You do the crime, you're going to have to do the time. You think they're not aware of that? But these individuals are operating in a very egotistical energy that thinks that they could just do anything that they want. Bullshit. Oh, okay, so I'm getting that the feds had enough of these individuals in their ego. They had enough of these individuals. Whoever's in their ego that thinks that they could try to get in the way of them stopping a situation, it's not gonna get in the way for them to it's not gonna get in the way in order for it to not be stopped. It will be stopped. Damn, damn, bro, somebody trying to force this. they trying to force themselves in these individuals' head to say that, oh no, no, it can't happen, it can't be, it can't be, it can't be. Fuck that shit. Yes, it is. The hell it ain't. Hey, I understand their anger. Yeah, if they're frustrated over that, that ain't something to laugh at. I know how that feels. That's irritating, ain't it, bro? When people are in their ego like that and think that they could just keep on doing things, and yet you clearly know what they're doing, but yet they still continuously keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. And it's like they get comfortable with doing this to a certain period of time. And it's like they're used to it, but yet this creates the illusion of invincibility. They feel like they're invincible, that nobody's going to stop anything. This could be what they're irritated at because no, that like they could be in their energy, they could be in their ego as to say, wait a minute. Don't you know how long a federal investigation could take? It could take up to 5 years because they have 5 years of statute of limitations on the federal level. It's a total of 5 years with the statute of limitations. So it may take a few years to investigate something, but don't think you're going to get comfortable, buddy, at doing something like this to violate their law because when they get the warrant out, they're coming. Just because they don't show their presence around the neighborhood or show their presence anywhere around a public setting, don't mean that they're not investigating. Because when they have enough accumulated over time throughout these years, whenever something is taking place, when everything is finalized and processed, and they get granted that warrant, that's your ass. That ego ain't gonna be talking then. When they outside on the loudspeaker, then that's when reality's gonna set in. Nah, keep playing with them, bro. Keep thinking you can play around with them. Keep thinking that you above the law. Like, keep thinking you above the law. You can just do what the fuck you want to do. I'm telling you right now, but these individuals going to be more than satisfied to have this individual escorted out to residence and have this individual set free and whoever else is connected to it to have them out of there. Just watch. Just watch. Bro, I like to really do a read on that to see if they're agitated because I'm picking up a very agitated energy from them. Hey, bro, I understand. I understand that. I know exactly how that feels. I don't like the ego. I don't like the ego. It's like they literally are seeing people trying to overpower them and control something that needs to be something that desperately needs to be under control from their jurisdiction, like something that's out of control. It's involving a Queen of Cups. Could be a Cancer or Pisces female or a Scorpio feminine. Somebody that's a mother figure. This is a lady. This is a lady. This is a lady that's a mom. Lady. Lady. So this is a lady. So this is pertaining to a lady. So why am I getting these authority figures may be highly agitated at these egotistical individuals that think that they're going to try to hold something up like this? They're still participating into doing something and they're watching them do it. But yet something is right around the corner where something could end. It's like they still see them participating in and doing this to somebody. Nah, bro, you about to find out. I'm telling you, bro, they about to find out. They about to find the fuck out. It's about that energy. Fuck around and find out. The feds gonna be their karma of fuck around and find out. Why am I getting they may be agitated? So, something's pissing them off. I can feel that energetically. Like something's trying to get in the way of them. Like thinks that they could prevent them from doing their job. Yeah. Look at that 6 of Pentacles reverse. That's why. Because there's an extortionist that's connected to this. It's a scam. Yeah, look at that. Bruh, some of y'all, this could be something to do with somebody that you once had a strong connection with, but you're no longer with this person. This could be a love sham or some type of connection sham. Extortion is connected to a connection. 7 of Cups. Because they can't believe what they figured out about a situation. Yeah, something was manipulated. Somebody's trying to manipulate them. Look at that. Somebody's trying to manipulate a connection, etc. Gemini, Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio energy. Yeah, somebody don't want to change. Okay, the Tower reverse all about trying to avoid something and trying to create illusions about an innocent person to have their foundation fall down. But yet it turns out it's individuals that are connected to a connection that is involved with hurting this individual. So some of you out there are going to be notified that you was being hurt. This individual is being used to these individuals' advantage in order to harm you, but yet creating illusion as if you was harming people when it comes to this connection. But yet this was how they was able to avoid detection, but they've been found out by the right type of detection. This is why they're agitated, because this has been manipulated. But this could have been going on 1 to 2 to 3 years straight. Yeah, look at that. 10 of Swords reverse. It's like they don't know who the hell they're going to sit there and try to stop them from setting free. That's been victimized, but this is coming to an end. Yeah, this is, look at this. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles reverse. There's also someone's ex that was connected to somebody else's disconnection. So whatever is going on, like there's something connecting somebody's ex to this type of situation that was hurting this individual. Yeah, this is something that they're woke to. They dug up. This is somebody that you don't have any connection with the 2 of Cups reverse. This person could also be seen to be the main one that was involved with a separation, separating you and this individual from one another. This was purposely set this way. Oh, yeah, they're annoyed, bro. Oh, they're annoyed. Some of these agents are pissed off, bro. Oh, I'm feeling that energy heavily. They're looking at these individuals. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. But this shit's coming to an end. You understand me? It's coming to an end. That's the raid people, too. That's a SWAT team. Look at the helmets. This shit's coming to an end. Are y'all out y'all mind? And this is what you think you're going to hold up and keep holding up and keep holding up and keep holding up? Bullshit. Bullshit, bro. Ooh, they ain't happy. They not happy, bro. They come in there, look, it's going to end whether they like it or not. This is why they're irritated, because they can't believe how much fuckery has been involved with some type of connection that was also trying to connect the situation, one of your exes, to the situation, but yet trying to create illusions about you to try to present it as if you're the one that's hurting this person or people that they're connected with, like some of their relatives and their family. But yet it's this individual the whole time that's behind it, including other individuals that are extortionists. Could be authority that's connected to this connection that was controlling it with an ex of yours. They got down to the bottom of it. They know that this don't want to change. With the Tower reverse, this don't want to change. This is out of control. And this is them in this energy. Looking towards this individual right here. They don't know who the hell she thinks she is. That thinks that she's going to get away with doing this to one of her exes. There's a female that's going to get in serious fucking trouble. Serious trouble. Including individuals that's connected to her. That was doing this to somebody else's connection, but yet trying to put the blame off and create an illusion about someone that is innocent. That didn't have any contact with this individual or their relatives. This is why the higher ups are aggravated. They're in this energy right here. They're looking at this individual right here. They don't know who the hell she thinks she is or who she thinks is going to hold this situation up. That shit's going to come to an end. It's going to hit even harder. Yeah, look at that. The Two of Pentacles reverse. So that explains why they're irritated, because they don't find out who is behind creating these illusions. Who is behind doing this, etc. Somebody tried to have you take all the... This is fingers being pointed at you, but it's in reverse. They try to point all the fingers at you. They're trying to accuse you of doing something involving someone's connection. But yet it was someone that you once had connection with that you have been split apart from. You don't have any feelings for, no emotions, no none of that. That was behind doing this to you with several other individuals that thought that they could control the situation to try to manipulate your love life. And also manipulate this individual possibly. Because they're not really with the right person. They're only with somebody that could take advantage of them. With the Six of Pentacles reverse, and possibly with the Queen of Pentacles reverse, that could represent Traffcking. It's Traffck. Hold on. It's Traffcking. This is what was occurring in a lot of scamming too. With the Six of Pentacles reverse, a lot of scamming. A lot of inappropriate behavior, a lot of manipulation. And this is what was relentlessly attacking an innocent person's foundation, their reputation. Yeah. They don't know what they're trying to hold up with this situation. But let me tell you something, brother. Both hands are up. Guilty. Found guilty. Hands being up like this, all about freeze. They're guilty. This is what they're annoyed at, because they know what these individuals have been doing. But yet, something's telling me they're still continuing, even after they have uncovered who's behind this. They're still continuing to manipulate this situation, not wanting to stop. Some of these individuals could be still trying to put you in jail for the shit that they're doing to you and this person that you was once in a connection with. Not this other ex of yours, but there's somebody that you had a very strong, intense connection with. And they're trying to use this to their advantage to still run this against you after what they're discovering physically. And they can't believe that they're still continuing with this. This could be another reason why they're agitated. Let's go ahead and verify if they're still running the same thing. If they're still continuing with this. I'm getting the feds' presence is going to have to shut this down in order for this to fully stop. That's how it's going to stop, for them, their presence to shut it down. Is this situation still continuing to be ran? I'm kind of getting it is. With the Tower reverse, this is something I don't want to change, but it is going to change with the ending card in the upright position. I'm going to tell you how it's going to end, because them coming in with the warrants to stop it. To pull this individual out of connection that it's really not meant for them. That's just all about scamming and trying to get you in trouble. Manipulating the hell out your love life and manipulating them and hurting them and harming them and their family members possibly. Fucking bullshit. So is this still continuing? clarify that. Yes. Yes, it is. They're still trying on. This could be going on at a long distance. Yeah, it's still continuing. It's still continuing. Yeah, that's the truth. It's still continuing. Still continuing. This is someone that lives at a long distance from your past. They could be on the fence about wanting to pull back. This is corrupt. Whatever this is corrupt. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is still continuing. Yeah, it is. Oh, but it's about to end though. The Tower card, it's about to end. It's about to end. Temperance reverse, Sagittarius, Taurus energy in reverse. There's trafficking that's occurring. It is still, yeah, it is still going on. But I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You think these individuals don't know that you're trying to hold on and keep on running this, bro? Let me tell you something. The tower's coming out again. The tower is coming out again. This can't be being ran. Bro, I'm getting, if the authority figures watch my content, they could be kind of impressed or enthused, like, by the way how my cards are coming out. I wish there was a way that there was a division of them that could be allowed to communicate with content creators when it comes to them. I would tell them hello, you know what I'm saying? But I know they can't. They're like, they can't get on a live stream and start commenting, you know what I'm saying? But I wish that there was a way to where they could do that, to where they have a certain division or whatever, or the cyber task force that could collaborate to talk to the content creators. That would be awesome. But anyways, if they are paying attention, look, this was coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it is still being ran, but this is going to be ending though. This is definitely connected to a female being held up with the Four of Pentacles. She's being held up in a bullshit connection. Page of Cups. And yeah, the Three of Swords. So this is still hurting somebody. This is continuously being done in a repetitive pattern. This is being done excessively. But this is only speeding up the process for something to end. That's what I'm getting. This is only speeding something up for something to end. This is about to end, bro. I'm telling you, this is about to end. This is coming to an end. This is coming to an end. Bro, they better brace themselves with the Four of Pentacles. I'm getting these individuals could be bracing themselves for impact. This is about to end. I'm telling you, bro, these individuals about to roll into this resonance. This is about to end. They better do what they got to do, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is coming to an end. Yeah, they could keep on and keep on and keep on. This is all being observed right now, bro, online. How this is continuing. They got all of what's going on. Taurus, Sagittarius don't look too good for these energies. No, it don't. This is who they're agitated at. This Queen of Pentacles reverse. Could be a Taurus, don't have to be. And then they have a Sagittarius right here in reverse. This is definitely one of your exes that is doing this to you online with the Eight of Wands. There's some crooked authority figures. There could be up to 1 or 2 to 3 or possibly one of them or a few of them that may be trying to hold something up or trying to manipulate something continuously. All these conversations are being observed, bro, with the Eight of Wands. They're seeing these individuals continue to send messages, continue to do this to you with some type of corruption to hurt you and to hurt this individual. And to hold them back and to hold you up with a situation. This has been done to you ever since the past, etc. Ever since you and this individual separated from each other. That's how long this has been going on. Bro, this could have been taking place going on 4 years now. Or 3 years. 2 years. I'm getting it is continuing, but it ain't going to be continuing for long because shit's about to end. Shit's about to hit the fan, and they could be bracing for impact. They could feel something about to end. They could feel it about to end, but they're happy at the same time. It's like they're trying to conceal their happiness. They can't wait for this shit to end. They know it's going to end. They know it's going to end. I'm telling you, it's going to end whether these individuals like it or not. It's about to end, bro. It's about to end. Yes, it is. I'm telling you. Some of these individuals can feel that. Good. Finally. 111 as I'm saying that. Goal. I just looked at the time unexpectedly. 111 goal. Confirmation. Confirmation. Why am I getting this about to end? Why am I getting that energy? Come on, Holy Spirit, moon reverse. These individuals don't know what to do. Because it's getting caught, that's why. Oh, the tower showed itself again. Look at that. Look at that. Look, I just seen it in the cars. Watch. Look, that's divine intervention, so it is about to end. It is about to end. Look at that. Divine intervention. Look, Knight of Swords, the Emperor reverse, the Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Hierophant reverse again. These individuals are trying to control this ending. I knew I was picking that up. This is what these authority figures are aggravated at with these other authority figures. They think that they're going to hold something up, bro. This is federal law violations. These individuals have no control over how this is going to go down. It's going to end whether they like it or not. Look, the devil reverse. Look, they mad because they can't control something. Because you ain't controlling shit. You ain't controlling shit. King of Pentacles reverse. Fuck you. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. All abusers. All abusers being exposed exactly for what they are. Look, they pissed off because they can't control shit. They can't control the outcome. That's right. That's right. The feds feel the same exact way like how I'm being passionate right now. They could feel more agitated than what I am. You ain't controlling shit. The devil reverse. They laughing at y'all goof ass just like I'm laughing. Bro, these individuals are trying to desperately control that. Bro, they ain't controlling that. This is spinning out of control. This is going to release all these individuals out of y'all energy. Watch. This is going to be released out of the collective's energy. It's divine intervention, bro, taking place. I'm telling you. This is a miracle that's happening. This is what's coming to set you free from all this toxic, controlling energy. They ain't controlling nothing. They ain't controlling nothing. There's evidence here, too, to prove this. Bro, they could prove that they still don't want to change this. They're trying to control the outcome. There's proof here. And this is pissing these agents off. You done, dude. They all done. Look at that. They done. Look, all up in reverse. Look at that. Hierophant reverse. Wheel of Fortune reverse. They ain't controlling nothing. The devil reverse. They got proof of them trying to control the outcome. Look at this. They got proof of them trying to control the outcome. This is why they're getting irritated. They've been enlightened that this is who the problem is. It's with authority that's been doing that, not you. It's these individuals that are caught red-handed, bro. Red-handed. They ain't a damn thing they can do about it either. They got all the information online. And it's also being seen that they're doing something way outside their jurisdiction. How they like that? So you know what that means? Once something is being done outside their jurisdiction, crossing state lines into a whole nother jurisdiction, what right do they have to do something like that to start with? See, these individuals think they privileged. This is ending. They're trying to control this situation with lies, manipulation, intimidation, abuse of authority, and this is all being seen. They ain't controlling nothing. They ain't controlling nothing. This is spinning out of control for all these individuals, bro. Look, with the devil reverse, they could be losing their mind. They could be highly irritated, jumping out their chair or whatever, slamming things down, screaming and hollering at each other. Yep. It's ending, buddy. This cycle ain't going to continue. This ain't going to continue. The devil reverse. There's nothing that they're trying to control this. Look, they're trying to control it, but the devil is in reverse. There's no control here, bro. This, I knew I was picking that energy up. I knew I was picking up. They may be trying to control the outcome or trying to control as if ain't nobody gonna sit there and stop this cycle from going on. That's an illusion. Didn't we see the Hierophant reverse earlier when I picked up that energy? There it is again. But they're literally doing these stupid bullshit ass rituals too, is what I'm getting. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. They think rituals are gonna stop this? How delusional are you? Bro, these individuals literally think if they keep scamming and keep on doing things in an underhanded manner, eventually it's going to be believed. Dude, you're caught. You are caught. You already caught with numerous amount of fake pages, stupid. How many times you gonna run this? How many times they gonna collect information on where this is really coming from? And you honestly think that this is gonna eventually be believed? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out the collective's energy, man. You caught, bro. Fuck. I'm trying not to get agitated, y'all, but I'm just saying though, like, they already have the information when it comes to that Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles in order to fully close something out, to stop it. But yet they feel in their delusional mind, if they keep on creating this and doing this over and over and over and over and over, eventually this is going to get somewhere. No, it is not. No, it is not. This is being seen to be controlling your freedom and to be seen to be controlling somebody else's freedom and hurting a lot of individuals. Bruh, this individual is being seen to be using the coercion of fraud by trying to run extortion. This is an extortionist that is being seen for who they are. That's an authority figure. That other authority figures above him have jurisdiction over this guy. Dude, you ain't stopping these individuals from doing their job the right way. This is why they're doing their job the right way, is because of this being discovered, Hierophant reverse. These individuals trying to control somebody's love life, trying to control somebody else in the process, and trying to control information flow with the Page of Wands reverse. And you honestly think that if you keep on doing this, eventually you're going to get somewhere else with it? Dude, you are caught. Just mad because they can't control shit. That's right. That's right. How you think the higher ups feel about it? They just as irritated because they know what kind of energy you in, and you keep on trying to continue with this. Just wait till them warrants go out. Wait till them warrants go out, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when they coming in, they don't give a damn where you work at. They don't care what kind of authority you in. You being seen to be an extortionist and to be controlling people's freedom and doing sick things to individuals, especially these individuals, youngins. Your ass is done. Nah, you can sit there and argue with them. They ain't gonna sit there and play with you, bro. They ain't scared of you. They ain't scared of you. They'll gladly snatch that position from you because you ain't trusted one damn bit to be running this right here. So take your loss. Take your loss. You can try to control all you want. You lost. And the more you try to continuously sit there and do all this over and over and over and over and over, you're losing even more and are gathering more information in order to speed up the process. So keep it up. Keep it up. Clarify that. Fucking dumbass shit, man. Yeah, look at that. Magician reverse. As soon as I'm saying it, manipulation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Didn't I just get through saying that somebody was trying to manipulate? There it is. Proof right there. This is going to better to verify that this is control, trying to control a situation. Through, once again, what? Manipulation. Exactly. Exactly. Clarify that. Three of Cups reverse. They feel that by gossiping, talking shit, spreading rumors, and doing things on fake pages, it's going to continuously have something go against you to eventually stick to you. Dude. They're about to find out. Yeah, Empress Reverse, they all being seen for who the fuck they are, bro. Ain't nobody support this. Ain't nobody support this bullshit. Look, ooh, look at that. Five of Wands, as soon as I'm saying that. People are literally fighting against this because they don't like these individuals. They don't like these individuals. I'm also getting, you got people fighting on your behalf. Yes, you do. They could be arguing with a female official that could be going back and forth for these individuals. They're all, bro, these individuals are stirred up on a whole nother level right now, fighting back and forth. They could literally get in a physical altercation and fight. They could get in a fight with each other. They could smack each other upside their own head or whatever. Damn, bro, I could channel my mom's energy right now. She's like, man, look at them nuts out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a bunch of nutcases out there. Trying to be a tough ass. That's what I'm here to say. Trying to be a tough ass out there. Look at them. Look at them. They can't even fuck. They can't even fucking swing the wands, right? Look at that, son. They sit there. What the hell they trying to do? Pitch a tent? They trying to make a campfire or something? They even know how to pitch a tent, right? Look at them out there smacking each other upside their head. Clarify that. Yeah, look at that. Look, they mad because they can't bullshit nobody. The moon reverse Cancer energy. They can't manipulate this anymore. It's all out in the open, and this is stirring them all up. But this is what they get for continuously running something in a repetitive cycle. What you think's gonna happen? Bro, these people ain't right in the head. Whoever's been involved with this ain't right in the head at all. No, they not. No, they not. Clarify that. This ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It was destined for this to not work, but to be delayed this much until something finally comes to an end. That way it's gonna be, that's where it's gonna be officially verified that it's not ever going to work, because this is ending. This is ending. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Swords reverse. They could bitch and complain all they want. They can sit there and get in their head all they want. Nobody give a shit about that. Nobody care about what the fuck you gotta say. Ten of Swords. They sitting there running their mouth, bro, left and right, 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 saying all kind of negative stuff about you, about the situation. They could be turning on each other and saying hateful things to each other. Good. Good. Yeah, look at that. Ten of Cups reverse. The illusions have broken, bro. It's over for these individuals. And they get caught for abusing their authority and violate this individual's rights, too. With this connection. Because here's the best part. This is what it was about the whole time. To have you and this individual subjected to that. Yeah. Ooh! As I said that, the lovers. Go! Gemini energy. Bro, as soon as I said that, look, I put the cards like this and I pulled the lovers. I just got through saying that all because of you and this individual's connection or whatever. Or y'all having a connection. Look what comes out. The lovers. Exactly. Some of you, bro, this could really be a twin flame that this was done to. This is the other half of you. They're not really on their purpose, their life purpose. They could be disconnected from their spiritual side, but the other twin is still connected though. So that may be why you may feel a disconnect from this individual, even though you may not identify it as that or whatever. But some of you definitely have a person, bro, that this is linked to you on a spiritual level, a deep-rooted connection on a spiritual level that you have with somebody. I mean, whether or not if y'all agree to be together in this lifetime or not, or just talk to each other, just be free-spirited. That's still a person that matches your energy, bro. Like you got somebody that matches your spiritual DNA. Y'all think alike, y'all act alike, y'all talk alike, etc. Like that's your person, bro. And somebody try to swap destinies with this individual, what it looks like, try to get you all the kind of trouble. How can I say this? They try to get you in all kinds of hot water. Because they don't want you with this person. Bro, that's how stupid this situation is. That's what this betrayal was all about. Somebody that you really loved, that really loved you, and this was a way to separate the both of y'all, both twins, both of y'all. I don't know if the higher ups know about a twin flame dynamic, but there's some truth behind that. But I'm being guided to share that knowledge. Two twins are supposed to be, there's a rare percentage of people out there, bro, but they do have them. It's called a twin connection. But I no longer identify it as like the twin flame on my behalf. But when it comes to that, they do have a lot of information about that. It means two people, if they don't believe in that, it just means in general two people that are very high vibrational, that are different, that have their own way of doing things. They're very intelligent. They're very spiritual. But there's things that these individuals go through to where it causes separation, etc. But a lot of this separation that happened between these two, even before this happened to them, these individuals have been trying to tear these two apart for a long time, ever since they first met each other. These twins were stalked by these same individuals. This was the plan to separate these individuals because they're meant to be together in this lifetime. If some of you ever told this individual that these individuals wouldn't leave you alone, they believe you now. What you think has been being done to them, even if they are far ways away from you? That's something these fucking toxic ass delusional individuals are not gonna be able to control or stop. Shit's ending. Yeah, Six of Swords reverse. This individual could be returning to you or whatever. This is going to be ending. Bro, believe it or not, this is why this was going on. This is all over a connection like this. This is how petty this is. Because this is your person. Somehow these sick fucks know this. That this is your person. That this is somebody that you're supposed to be married to. You would never mistreat this individual like this or do some shady shit to them. And these other authority figures that may be rushing in on this situation knows that you are actually a protector. But the way that they try to swap energies or try to swap destinies with you is they were scamming on the scammer's account, messing with this individual's family members. And it could be somebody they're connected to or somebody else that's involved in that was behind sending messages back and forth for these sick fucks that was doing that to you in order to cause that to happen. To where they try to get you, like they could have tried to get you in trouble. But yet it's them that's running that. That's all right. That's all right. Something's going to be in it, bro. That Tower card repetitively coming out like that with the Hierophant reverse, it's going to end and it ain't going to be in a good way for these individuals. So they better just brace themselves for impact because the change is coming, bro. Change is coming. They could try to manipulate it no matter how much they want to manipulate it. Let them keep it up. Let them keep it up because it's being observed right this minute how they're trying to manipulate. They know that they're trying to still manipulate that. They know that they're still running the same thing. But something's telling me it's going to be ending shortly. And these individuals are out of control because they possibly know it's about to end. So they're trying everything in their power to finish it off. They're out of control. They're out of control. They thought they had something under control all this time until divine intervention is catching up with them. They can only start, bro. They can only a certain situation is only going to play out for a certain amount of time, as long as the universe allows it to be played out. When it's time, it's time. Now, time's up. Time's up. This cycle is ending, bro. This cycle is ending, and it's going to end with authority figures intervening. That's a divine intervention. Not the locals. Nah, ain't none of them. It's the higher ups. Because of major civil right violation and fraud. That's why. And something being connected to if this was a marriage fraud. Somebody being used in an underhanded manner in order to have you attacked behind their back. Just to purposely keep two people apart from each other. Or to have this hold you up in your life. Nah, this ain't gonna continue. This ain't gonna continue. Anyways, this is what I have for the love reading for October 2025. Just know that people are observing this. That they're no longer they are observing it, but there's actions that are being taken. But that Tower card coming out repetitively like that is a clear indication that something's going to change. But anyways, y'all take it easy out there. Much love to y'all. Hold on. Yeah, you got a bad fucking, get your fucking ass off my live stream. But anyways, this is what I have for the messages for today. For October 2025. I do have a donations link in the description box below. But anyways, this is what the energy is about. It's that petty to where somebody was doing this just because of somebody that you had a strong connection with. And this was a way to try to separate the both of the individuals and all to have possibly one of them in trouble while the other one stays at somewhere where they really don't deserve to be. To be continuously subjected to abuse. But this is something that was figured out by the higher-ups, that something serious is going on in this connection. That's linking something to some type of scam involving these individuals trying to make you look bad with a scam. Anyways, y'all take it easy out there. If y'all want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below. Till next time,